All right, everybody, what's up? It'll just be me for today. Ian's on his way home. Um, I know that there's a lot of confusion going on regarding the New York Yankees, regarding the Juan Soto deal. I'm just getting the link out. Don't worry, I am with you guys. And ultimately, we're looking at a situation in which, look, there are 5 players going to San Diego. There are 2 players going to the Yankees. 4 of those 5 players going to San Diego happen to be pitchers. And when you're talking about pitchers, those medicals are highly delicate. So, we're going to try to make sure to get everything, I guess clarify everything for everybody. But with that being said, let's get started with Trevor. Trevor saying, "What's up, fellas?" Trevor, I hope you're having a good night. Trevor's been in every single stream we've done. So, Trevor, an OG when it comes to Fireside Yankees. I appreciate you, man. Did Soto get confirmed? No, Soto has not been announced formally. Apparently, the two sides have agreed on the players. Two sides are in understanding of what that deal is supposed to look like. But it doesn't really seem like the medicals are going to be done right now. Again, there are 5 players involved in this trade. There are 5 different players involved in this deal. It's going to take a while. The issue is, in my opinion, that things are being overreported. Let me just tweet this out, and I'll get right back to you. We are live now. Anyways, look, the big thing for me is that, I think that it's not inherently great that you have reporters reporting on every single detail of this process. And look, most importantly, first and foremost, these two sides have not had anything come out about a medical being an issue or a medical causing the team to have a holdup. We do not know of any injuries. We do not know of any sort of problems. What we do know is that the Yankees have agreed to their part of it. The Yankees have their stuff done. They have all the medicals cleared. The Padres need to clear the medicals of the players the Yankees are trading them. And that's going to take a while. It's 5 players, right? Like, you got to look at financials. Got to look at a lot. And as of right now, that stuff hasn't been cleared. That could change in 15 minutes. That can change in 20 minutes. That could change in 3 days. That can it's just a matter of what's going on with the situation with their medicals. And it's a 5-player package. There are 4 pitchers in that deal. It's going to take some time. So that's really where we're at. How long does it take to review medicals? We're talking about 4 pitchers, 5 players. It's going to take a while. We didn't know about the players that they agreed to until the afternoon. And you don't just get medical situations. You don't just get medical stuff involved or medical stuff done, in the span of 10 minutes, right? That's not how medicals work. This agreement has not come to a head yet. Like, the two sides came to an agreement on the players in the afternoon. Now they got to get through medicals. The Yankees left the winter meetings, and that kind of caused the media storm. And the reason for that is because now they just have to wait. And now it's just a matter of, all right, just got to hope that the medicals go through. It's a flight from Nashville to New York. It's not even a deep flight either. This idea that AJ Preller is going to want to show up and just, take away Juan Soto and Trent Grisham from the Yankees to screw them over is, I think, overblown. And yeah, I'm just here to kind of calm nerves at this point. Michael King's elbow is holding this deal up. There's no report about Michael King's elbow. Everybody who's mentioning Michael King's elbow is either guessing. Yeah, they're just guessing at this point. So, there is no confirmation. There is no report. There is no, there's nothing from any of the reporters, any sources, or anybody involved in the situation that is detailed that Michael King's elbow is an issue. Could that become an issue? Sure. I don't know if it is. Another thing here too is that, if you're looking at Michael King's elbow situation, he fractured his elbow. That's not a UCL issue, which is a little bit different. So, I think it's a little bit nuts to think that at this point in time, the Padres are still mulling over where they want that package from the Yankees or not. It's just reviewing medicals. Our guy Sam says, "I'm sending everybody from the TikTok live to you, Pookie Bear." Sam's my guy, guys. Make sure whenever Sam goes live on the TikToks, guys, check those out. He also does basically all of our social stuff. So all that, you see any shorts, you see any mock trades, anything of the sort, it's usually Sam that's on it. Even if he's not doing the video, he's the one editing it. So he's putting in pain, guys. And make sure you guys go check that stuff out. It's Fireside Yankees on TikTok, Fireside Yankees on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, and of course, the shorts are put up on our YouTube page as well. I am solo again, and yes, Morrissey did jump the gun on that one, and I fell for it. I'm not gonna lie, I was fully of the opinion that that trade was finalized, and it just didn't happen. But we'll have to wait and see there. With the many pitchers involved, yeah, these are going to be overly scrutinized, Bobby. I 100% agree. It's going to take a decent chunk of time to get 5 players processed and 4 of them being pitchers. So that's important to note when it comes to that whole situation. Francisco Juarez goes, Buenas tardes. How you doing, my friend? I hope you're having a good afternoon/evening, depending on where you are. MP goes, put Clark Schmidt in then. Again, we don't know yet. Checking my phone. No, never mind. But it's just Sam thinking me because Sam's a great guy. But you know, looking at the Clark Schmidt stuff, there's no shot. I don't think that they're gonna say, all right, you know, we want Clark Schmidt before the medicals have even been processed. Again, we don't know that medicals have not gone through yet. That's all I'm gonna say. William, yeah, I don't know if we're not gonna know anything until tomorrow, but as of right now, we know nothing. And that's something I think is important. So we do not know anything about what's going on with the team, with the medicals right now. And so I'm not here to speculate. I'm just here to tell you that there is no information that would disprove what we already know. Passan, thank God. What's going on with Passan? I know Passan said that thing earlier about he expects the deal to get done, but if there's anything new you guys see, let me know, because I haven't seen anything from Passan's Twitter page. So just let me know. How long do medicals take? However long they take. I think that it's going to take a few hours at the very least. I wouldn't be surprised if it took the rest of the night, but we'll see. Aiden Davila goes, taking forever at Soto. Yeah, look, I mean, from the Padres' perspective, think of it like this. The New York Yankees and San Diego Padres are in agreement of a trade for a guy like Juan Soto, who's a generational player. You cannot fumble the return for Juan Soto. So, that's how I view it. I think it's you got it. If you're the Padres, this is a delicate process. Talking about pitchers, it's even more important, right? Elbow health, shoulder health. These little things come up out of nowhere. I mean, look at the Yankees with Frankie Montas. His medicals were all screwed up. It cost them 1.5 years of Frankie Montas, right? Like, you got to look at medicals. You've got to evaluate, and that's where the Padres are at right now. And we'll see where that goes. And it's taking forever. And Aiden, we said the same thing. Anthony is a Phillies fan, great guy on Twitter. He's asking if I saw the Jock Peterson stuff. I did actually see the Jock Peterson stuff about like him posting about It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia. And then source had to come out and say, yeah, we're not in the middle. We're not like, we haven't even spoken to him. Also, not so fun family vision. I just saw that. I had seen that previously. So I'm confident that we're in a pretty good spot with this situation. Padres don't want to trade a Soto. I want also to make another thing clear. Like, if you're in the position of AJ Preller, Brian Cashman's the longest tenured GM in baseball, right? Screwing over Brian Cashman in a deal. Let's think about business for a second here. There's a lot of politics that go into business. I personally don't think that AJ Preller's in the business of trying to screw over Brian Cashman. I don't think he's in the business of, I'm not saying he's trying to lay an egg for him or, lay it all down for him. But what I'm saying is, if they come to an agreement on a deal, if they come to an agreement on the players and they're reviewing medicals, as long as the medicals go through, this deal's going to happen. Like, as long as everything goes through medically, and I don't see a reason why it wouldn't just yet, it's going to go through. We're panicking. We're freaking out because we are like, this is unfamiliar territory, right? Like we haven't been in a position where we made a trade of this magnitude really in a while, right? Like, I wouldn't say the Joey Gallo deal is of this magnitude. I wouldn't say that, any of the deadline deals were of that magnitude. This is like A-Rod territory, right? Like, I know the contract situation's different, but in terms of the caliber of player you're getting via trade, it's just different. And in the social media era, we have access to more information than we've ever had. And I think that that's kind of, I think that's kind of changing things a little bit here. Juan Soto and Trent Grisham will be a Yankee. Yeah, I'm not worried. Just got to wait. Where's Matt Blake stand? Matt Blake stand is sleeping. He's smiling. I actually saw him. I have some pretty good sources that saw him grittying, actually, when he found out that the trade had not happened yet. He is smiling somewhere. He's actually laughing as we speak in a corner somewhere. Jack Bruno, I'm not going to be able to put that message on there because there's a slur there, so I'm sorry, bud. But yeah, I do think Soto has to be traded. Is this another Correa situation? From my understanding, no, because nothing has come out to suggest it is. Also, it's a little bit different. That's a much different situation. Correa has much different issues than the ones we're talking about when it comes to talking about Carlos Correa and Juan Soto. Like, they're not in the same spot in terms of that. And also, another thing here, too, guys, the Padres wanted King specifically. That was one of their demands. Just relax. We'll be fine. We saw the stuff about Jeff Pat. Okay, am I pronouncing it wrong? Because I see people say I'm not supposed to be saying Pisson, or I'm saying Passan. I'm guessing it's Passan. If it's Passan, then that's what I'm going to assume it is. Passan. I'm just going to say it's Passan then. As a Mets fan, yeah, reviewing medical is different when they're yeah, no, I agree with this, Dom. It's just a different situation in my view. Again, we don't know yet. I can't tell you that Michael King's medicals are fine because I haven't seen his medicals, but I can tell you that Michael King's medicals have no evidence of being poor because I haven't seen them either, and nobody has reported on that. So that's where I'm at. Thoughts on Murakami and Roki Sasaki? Jack, I hope you're doing well, my man. Murakami had a little bit of a weird start to his year this year, but I still think he'll be one of the best hitters to come over from the NPB. Roki Sasaki is probably the most talented pitcher currently in baseball, maybe outside of Jacob deGrom. But yeah, both of these guys, when they get posted, are going to be highly coveted when they come over here. Novela hora de recibir mi cabista. Oh, yeah, no, dude, I can't wait to order Juan Soto jersey too, Benjamin. I hope you're doing well. And what I just want to know, like, are you Dominican, Puerto Rican? I'm Dominican, so I'm trying to branch out, I guess, to more of our Hispanic viewers. You want me to add you in it? I saw you added me in it. Thank you, man. I appreciate it. If this were not to happen to the medicals, do you think the two sides would still negotiate after? So for context here, if you guys aren't aware, the Mookie Betts trade actually had a situation like that as well, where if you look at what happened with the Mookie Betts deal, Brutsar Gratterall's medicals were not great. So they actually switched things around. They threw in Jeter Downs instead, and that deal got done. I think these guys are highly motivated to get a deal done. And I think that these two sides will get a deal done. And I think that these two sides are just waiting for the medicals to process. So in the situation in which the medicals are not good, I think these two sides would reconvene and talk. However, that's my opinion. I at the point in which we get past, like if we get to a point where the medicals are bad on a player, I can't sit here and tell you what's going to happen after because I don't have information on that. But what I can tell you is what we do know is that there are not issues as of right now. There's nothing that's come out yet. And if there was, it would come out right now. Or it would come out in the next few hours. We'll have to wait and see. Aiden, my man, he's traveling right now, so he couldn't stop by to host with me tonight. But he's in the chat because Aiden is one of the best dudes I've gotten to work with. Aiden, I appreciate you stopping by. And yeah, let's just all breathe for a second. Are you saying piss off? I didn't know it was Passan, I guess. Like I guess I just have always pronounced it Passan. But it is Passan. That is, I guess, how it is. So I'm just going to call him Jeff Passan. My bad, guys. LB Network said we should hear something tonight. That's interesting. I'm trying to. I actually saw something on my timeline about Morosi saying he thinks it's going to get something about it being finalized. But we'll see. Like I don't know. I'm not going to really trust John Morosi though. Like I'm not going to lie. Like I don't know. I don't really know. I don't want to trust John Morosi. But what he did say was that there's a chance it gets done tonight. It's just medical information review, and there's lots of it, and it doesn't sound like there's a snag, and that it just takes time. Again, I'm just not going to trust Morosi like that because he baited me. But with that being said, yeah, I think that we're going to just have to wait a little bit for that medical information to process. But with that being said, let's keep going. Ethan goes, I should be doing homework right now, but I just can't. I actually have a homework assignment due at 12, but it's nothing crazy. So I'm just gonna keep live streaming, keep tweeting all that stuff until given a reason not to. Soto in our city, boys. Josh, it looks like that'll be the situation. And if it is, man, I couldn't be more excited. I could not be. Is it gonna happen by tomorrow, guys? Can't confirm that. Can't tell you it is. Can't tell you it isn't. But what I can tell you is that they're looking at it. Medical information is being reviewed. So I imagine the Padres would like to get the deal done also because they would like to go out and get pitching. They would like to go out and get Ha-Seong Kim, all that stuff. So we'll wait and see how that ends up going. I stayed up till 6 a.m. European time. Damn. Man, I stayed up really late last night for that too. Like I was up for a bit, passed out, and then is what it is. So, I personally think that I personally think that we're going to be dragged on a little bit for this whole Soto stuff, but we'll see. Hope they don't go through Go Sox. Thank you, Sam. I'm craving a late night announcement, Ryan. A 12 o'clock announcement would be kind of icy. I'm not going to lie. Our first old school Yankees move in forever. This does feel like old school Yankees. Like this feels like a move that we haven't seen the Yankees make in mad long. And quite honestly, I don't know if they're going to make a move like this. I don't know how to explain it. They've made the moves that they've made in recent years have not reflected stuff like that. Like they just haven't made a trade like a Juan Soto trade because usually it's a signing or whatever maybe. But I I really do think that a Juan Soto trade, you know what? I think the last thing you'd have to compare it to is what? Giancarlo Stanton. That's probably the last trade you compare this to. So it's been a while. And I'm hoping this thing goes through because this would be a special opportunity for the Yankees. Jack Bruno says, what did Passan say? Passan. There we go. What did Passan say? He just said he expects the deal to get done. He didn't say tonight. He just said he expects the deal to go through. So yeah. Leo B goes, I'm finding it hard to be excited because of the chance of Soto being only a 1-year rental. Just be excited. Look, it's Juan Soto. You cannot. It's Juan Soto, man. Juan Soto is that guy. Can't sit here and tell you that, that he's going to stay. I can't tell you he's going to take an extension, but what I can tell you is that this is one of the best players in baseball, and the Yankees have a prime opportunity to go acquire them, and we should be excited. It's still 4 p.m. in San Diego, so I think I think we'll hear something by 10 or 11. Preller is in Nashville, so the time zones are not relevant there. We just have to wait and see. We're just in wait and see mode. It's kind of sad that we won't get the crack. Yeah, it is. That is true. It doesn't really feel like the Garrett Cole thing where it just kind of it came together and it just happened, and it's not the same. But man, I'm gonna be really happy. I'm gonna be really happy when it comes out because I just want it to be over with. Not gonna lie. Sonny Gray is probably the last big one. I'd argue it's Stanton. I think Stanton's the right answer here. I think Stanton is the type of guy that you say, yeah, this is the biggest trade the Yankees have made. He was a former MVP, and him being an MVP tells me that he's got to be the guy. Like Sonny Gray never won a Cy Young. Sonny Gray never won an MVP. It's Stanton. Like any day of the week, it's Stanton. And then you have to think financially. It is 100% Giancarlo Stanton. Think everyone, including journalists, like, look, yeah, I agree with this. Like, are going crazy for this, even the smallest of parcels of info when it's not a short process. MW, you are spot on, man. Look, the Yankees are not in a situation, or the Yankees and Padres are going through some extensive medical information, guys. Like, we can't sit here and say that we should be expecting a deal to happen like this. It's not going to happen like this. It's going to happen over time. Like it's medicals. These are medicals. It takes a while, but we'll have to wait and see on that front. 9 p.m. in Brazil right now. Juan, thank you for streaming from Brazil, man. You're the best. It's going to happen when I'm sleeping, bro. Give it some time, Juan. Give it some time. You can stick by here. We're going to be going on for at least over an hour. I would like to shoot past an hour for this one. I might try to fly closer to 9 o'clock. It depends on how the Soto stuff goes. Like if, we see some rumblings that, some stuff has been sorted out and it's 8:30, we're sticking through, right? But with that being said, if it's 8:30 and it's like, all right, they're still reviewing medical information, nothing's really changed, I'll stay. Or if it's like, hey, something snagged in the medicals, I'll stay. So like, I'm hoping that, this is more of a 1.5 hour stream, but if it has to go to 2 to 2.5, the schedule's cleared out for that. BQ supremacy, Sam, BQ, the guy, the man, when he puts his foot in the door, everybody feels it. He's the man. This is the man, right? Like this is the guy. BQ is one of the greatest Yankee fans we've seen in our generation. He is the Yankee fans what LeBron James is the basketball. I'm going to stop glazing for now. But Feliz is my guy, a great guy on Twitter, funny dude. He goes, "What's up? Hey, I hope you're doing well, man." Tyler says, "What's up, Tyler? I hope you're good." Tyler, I believe I'm going to have to find your Twitter app because I know you follow me on Twitter. I think just if you want to throw your at in the chat, just do that. But I'm not gonna lie. It's Rizzo RBW. I think that's what it is. Rizzo, because I don't know what. Yep, Rizzo RBW. I think that's you. I could be lying, but I think this is you. Kind of sad we're getting rid of America's catcher. Yeah, Kyle Higashioka, America's catcher, my man. He is the GOAT. He is the GOAT. I mean, I'm actually kind of sad to see him go. Also, from like a standpoint of he was drafted in 2008. He is the longest tenured guy in the organization. And it sucks for him, too, because he's sitting here and he knows he's about to get traded, and he's got to sit through it. Is what it is. Can't really change that. That's life. But I'm hoping he gets an opportunity to get some ample playing time in San Diego and continue to just be a solid defender and a good hitter against lefties. That's where I'm at on that front. Jack Bruno goes, if we get Soto, do you think we can still get Yamamoto or we can't still get Yamamoto? So Andy Martino said that the Yankees are willing to push back past that $300 million threshold, not for in like a contract for Yamamoto, but for their payroll. So yes, if the Yankees get Juan Soto, they're very interested in still getting Yoshinobu Yamamoto, and they're willing to make the financial commitment for it. But with that being said, we'll have to wait and see. The Mets are highly motivated. The Red Sox are highly motivated. The Dodgers are highly motivated. The Giants, I don't know if the Cubs are still in, but the Cubs, I know we're part of that. There are teams that are highly motivated to get Yoshinobu Yamamoto. His market is robust. The worst thing I could tell you guys is that the Yankees are 100% getting Yoshinobu Yamamoto or 100% not getting Yoshinobu Yamamoto. We don't know. That's where we're at on this. We don't know. So that's all I can tell you. Joey, 1 unit. Would Soto still wear 22? I'd imagine. Nobody else is wearing 22, so I would say yes. I would say yes. If this deal goes through, I would say he's wearing number 22. Are there any other crazy good pitchers in Japan besides Yamamoto and Sasaki? Hope you're well, man. I know there's another guy on the Orcs Buffaloes who's pretty young, but I'm not really sure who is going to be that next guy. I'm not really great with him. Above my grade, if that's the best way to put it. Dominican, I'm also Dominican, man. So hope you're doing well, dude. Soto would still wear 21. Would the Padres like to extend King if a deal is made? I don't know. He's the perfect, like he's a perfect extension candidate in my eyes. I think he's somebody who has a lot of the skills that you're looking for a guy to get better. His stuff is excellent. So I would sit here and say that he's probably a guy that they should look to extend. Sean Lanford says, I personally poured through the medicals and they're all good. Sean, I appreciate you, man. And I hope you're right. Spaceman goes, I just arrived. What happened? Yankees are waiting for the Padres to process medicals. We'll have to wait and see how that goes. Aiden goes, love you, Ryan. Love you too, bro. That's my guy. Could we add Schmidt in an additional lower level prospect if for some reason King wouldn't pass medicals? I'm assuming that both value King a lot more than King. I'm not sure. I'm not sure what compensation would look like. I'm not sure if the two sides would come back. I think that I would like to imagine they would. That's historically been what happens during medical situations, or like when you have to readjust players. But I would imagine Schmidt plus something else for instead of King would make sense if the medicals weren't good. But I'm assuming that the medicals should be fine. Never trusting Morosi again. I agree. At this point, John Morosi has lost me, at least for the offseason. John Morosi's hit or miss, not always reliable, but he isn't terrible. He's off my list for now. For now, right? For now, he's a waffler. He's a waffler for now. Do we think Verdugo should be a better leadoff hitter than LeMahieu? Lineup discussion. All right, so I think Verdugo should lead off against righties if Soto isn't leading off. Now, Soto is the guy they want to lead off. You can't he has the best OBP in baseball. You can't say they shouldn't do that. But with that being said, if you asked me like who outside of Soto could lead off, I would say Verdugo versus righties and LeMahieu versus lefties makes sense. LeMahieu's really good versus lefties. Verdugo's really good against righties. You slide them down the lineup depending on the matchup, or if you have Grisham in this deal, which you should. I imagine that Trent Grisham, his numbers against lefties, he has a career 110 WRC plus. I think he can help you there and also take some time off of Judge in center field. So with that being said, I do think Verdugo versus righties and LeMahieu versus lefties would make a lot of sense. Ari Rivera adds, Ryan, how confident the Yankees will be able to retain Soto past the season? Sounds like the team's giving up a lot for a year of Soto plus first dibs on negotiation. So what I will say is that I think the Yankees have a good shot at keeping him because I don't think they can handle not having Juan Soto. Like he is a superstar. He is a young superstar. They should give him all the money in the world, every dollar he asks for. I think Scott Boras will give them the opportunity to handle that. John Morosi also just said the expectations are for the Soto deal to be finalized tonight. Now, I will say this. He's John Morosi, so the dude's a waffler, but take it however you will. I'm here to pronounce information or to spread information. I am not a source to tell you what information is good or bad, but take it as you will. John Morosi only broke the Judge returning. Yep. I did not know that his agent paid him for that, but you're probably not completely wrong. He did also break the LeMahieu deal, so I wonder what exactly happened with that, but he jumped the gun. He jumped the gun, and that's where I'm at on this. He jumped the gun. What's the bigger move, Stanton or Soto? I'm going to say Soto. I'm going to say that Soto's the bigger move because Soto is a 25-year-old superstar, left-handed, and we don't you already had Aaron Judge. This isn't to downplay the impact of Stanton. This is to say that I think Soto is a more sure thing, And that if you look at Giancarlo Stanton and the type of player he was, the Yankees have acquired that type of player before. The Yankees have literally never had a 150 or better WRC plus hitter since I was like 3 years old in 2007 when Jorge Posada did it. Now, he was a switch hitter. So if you wanted to just say a pure left-handed hitter, the only left-handed hitter to do it was Jason Giambi. I wasn't born for that in 2002. So the only qualified left-handed hitter to have a higher WRC plus than 150 is a guy who played, like, the year he had that, I wasn't born. So this is life-altering for me, which is why I would argue that that's a bigger deal. But I could be wrong. John Morosi should be charged for murder. I'm just upset about the whole thing. That's all. Like, I'm not gonna start threatening that certain people should get charged. But man, I don't know. I'm not happy with John Morosi. Would you say Shota Imanaga's ceiling is a good 2? I would say his ceiling good 2. Yeah, I would say that that's a good ceiling for him. Could he be an ace? Maybe. Like, could he be like what Nestor was in 2022? Maybe. I think his stuff is good enough to say that. But I would say his like optimistic but not unrealistic outcome is he's a second pitcher on a solid rotation. I think that's like not the median, but like you're being optimistic. You're assuming that he stays kind of healthy, and you're assuming that he doesn't give up doesn't have like a 1.5 home run per 9. That's really where it's like things don't go just the worst, right? Like they go decently well. With that being said, let's move on. Spaceman, are there any rumors around Snell or Stroman? Are they betting on getting Yamamoto? I think they're betting on getting Yamamoto. I think that's where they're at. That's just where I'm at. I think that's where we're at on this. Breslow, I actually thought the acquisition in that Rule 5 draft, that trade they made, was a smart one. So shout out Breslow for that. Finally, Yankees put more value into current players than prospects. Judge Robert Monsier to new Bash brothers, Soto and Judge. Patrick Sean, I agree. I want the Yankees to place value on getting superstar caliber talent because Juan Soto, look, barring an injury, Juan Soto is not going to be bad at baseball. It's impossible for him to be bad at baseball. That's really how I feel about this whole concept. And he's going to be a goddamn superstar, and that's why I really want him. But with that being said, let's move on. Breaking Juan Soto is not broken yet. If his elbow's actually a problem, it's most likely not to give him Clark. That's probably what they'll try to do. Stroman's a headache. He meant Stroman. Stroman's a headache. Teams are shying away from him. Don Johnson, he is a problematic person at this point. There are a lot of issues with, there are a lot of issues with the with his off-field stuff, like his Twitter account. I know what people are going to say because he blocks people, but no, it's more so like he has supported some pretty suboptimal stuff. He's really just not something. He's not somebody who has the track record on social media of being the most open to. He's been very hateful. He's had some anti-Semitic things that he's liked. There are just too many character issues from that regard for me to be comfortable saying Marcus Stroman, here's a lot of money. And then obviously on top of that, the fact that he just does not know how to stop talking. So for me, Marcus Stroman is just somebody you should avoid. And also he's coming off of a shoulder injury, getting a little bit older. Strikeout numbers are going down. Just not somebody I necessarily trust personally. But moving on. Bro, when is the deal going to get done? The Kara Callan. I have no idea, man. I'm hoping it's tonight, but I have no idea. BQ is the heart and soul of this fan base. Oh my God. Hold on. I can't even. BQ, dude. BQ, Brandon Q, man. Brandon Q is a character. Brandon Q is a character, man. He also adds, "What's up, man? I hope you're doing well, dude. Any thoughts on the guys gone to the Rule 5 draft? It hurt to see Spence go because I think Spence can make major league starts. It hurts to see Sawyer go because he has really good swing and miss stuff. Coleman, we actually interviewed on the podcast. Great dude. So it hurt to see him go as well because he's a phenomenal guy. And had he not gotten injured, he would still be here. And then, we lost Michael Gomez, who kind of showed off some fire stuff in spring training, but he just couldn't stay healthy. And I'm trying to think of other guys. Mickey Gasper had a good AA season, but he's entering his age 27 years. So there's that. Nobody that I'm kicking myself over. That's where I'm at. Why are people theorizing that Preller asked for? So it's because people are freaking out. Like, people are freaking out because people are freaking out. And that makes sense. Like, I'd be freaking out. I was freaking out. I'm a little more calm now that I'm talking, but man, I would be freaking out right now because it's a little bit scary. But, I think it'll get done. I think it's scary because there's not information and there's a lot being talked about. So we'll wait and see, but I think things will turn out the way they should. Ryan Garcia, ESM, is the LeBron James of Fireside Yankees. I would not say that. I think Sam has to be LeBron James. Sam is like the biggest LeBron James fan I've ever met. So, and I'm a LeBron James like super fan, but Sam is a LeBron James super fan. He is the definitive LeBron super fan. So I'm giving any label of the LeBron James to Sam. I could be like, I'm fine being like a J.R. Smith, like before the incident in the finals. I can, run and dunk type of guy, some good threes, some defense, solid role player. Joe to M. Gonzalez goes, Dimelo, man, what up? I hope you're doing well, my man. I hope you're doing good. And yeah, I think the Yankees are in a good position here. Just hold on, guys. I'm sure Darvish would appreciate having Tiggy catch him. Be weird seeing him and King with beards. I don't know if Michael King grow a beard? Like, Michael King should stay clean. He should be staying clean shaven. He should stay clean shaven. I don't think he should grow a beard, respectfully. Michael King is not, I'm not a fashion guy, and he's not somebody who should be listening to my fashion advice, but I think he looks sick without a beard. And if he wants one, fine, but I just think it would look weird. The Yankees are in a good position. Yes, I think Frankie Montas will be a Yankee again, whether we have Yamamoto or not. I agree. I think they're going to get Montas. I think they want starting pitching depth, and I think they desperately need it. So that's where we're at on that front. So after a trade goes through, when can we expect Soto and Fortnite? It's a great question. These are the type of questions that I love answering because there's no shot I'm going to get the answer right to this. But, man, if we get Soto, you know what? Soto and Fortnite would be pretty electric. And I'll give it a 2% chance of happening, which isn't zero, which I think is important here. As long as it's not zero, it's fine. To get Soto and Yamamoto, yes, I think we're in good spots to get Soto, obviously. And then Yamamoto, I think we're going to be in a good position, but I'm not going to sit here and say that they're I'm not going to sit here and call them favorites or anything like that. I just think they're highly motivated, and we should expect that the Yankees are going to have a competitive bid on the table. That's all I can guarantee. Your mic was going in and out. Hey, I'm sorry, guys. I apologize. I'm not really sure what's going on with my mic stuff. So if you guys hear anything that's wrong, literally, if you guys hear anything that's wrong, please let me know. Don Johnson he says, Trevor, of course you need a minimum 7 to 8 starters. I agree. The Yankees walked into last season with about 7 starters, and they still didn't get through the year. So they need as many starting pitchers as they possibly can get. If King is one of the Padres' biggest wants, and they definitely knew about any of their problems, yeah, they didn't just want him. Like, they knew he had an elbow fracture, and they still really wanted him. So that tells me that, as of right now, I think that they are going to end up getting that deal done. And I think that Michael King will be a part of it. I think Grisham should play over Verdugo regardless of handiness. Just makes more sense from a roster standpoint. I wonder, like, I would say yes. And I think defensively you're right. But I think the Yankees really like offensively what they can get in Alex Verdugo. I think the Yankees can get something out of Alex Verdugo. I don't even like Alex Verdugo. Like, I've made it clear that I really dislike the guy. I've called him a mediocre player a variety of times because that's what he's been with the Red Sox. But he has something in the tank. Like, he's still 27. He's had a, low chase rates for most of his career. He had a new max exit velocity this past season at 112.4 miles an hour. And ultimately, the Yankees wanted a guy who could put the ball in play. Verdugo does that. He has a good WRC plus with his right-handed pitching. That's something the Yankees struggle with. And projections like him a little bit. They think he's going to be a 108 WRC plus hitter. I think that's, that's fine. Like, that's solid, right? Like, they expect his slash line to get a little bit better and the park environment to be a little more, a little easier on him. So, yeah, no, I think that this will be a good park fit for him. But, yeah. Verdugo has a solid season. Will we see Dominguez at all this year so we can develop? Well, we're assuming two things. Number one, Giancarlo Stanton stays healthy. And number two, Giancarlo Stanton plays well enough to play every day. That's something that I think matters a lot here. Stanton's not a sure thing. And I think that Giancarlo Stanton is looking... Giancarlo Stanton has insurance now. We have insurance for Giancarlo Stanton. And that's important. I asked for insurance for Giancarlo Stanton. I begged for importance for Giancarlo Stanton. And we got that. So I can't be unhappy with this. I can be unhappy with the person, but not in the baseball process. You know what I mean? The rap Morosi also broke the Judge deal. He did. He did. I can't lie. Like he did. And it is what it is. He broke the deal, but I don't trust him right now. Grisham can't hit, Verdugo can. I actually think I like the fit of Trent Grisham in Yankee Stadium, although I do agree that Verdugo is the better hitter. I think Grisham could get to like a 95 to maybe even 100 WRC plus, and if you can do that, that would be sick. But with that being said, the defense is really good. He's a top 5 defensive player at a premier defensive position. We'll have to wait and see who out hits each other, but I'm excited to see the Yankees just have a plethora of starting caliber options on their team, because the Yankees have not had that in a really long time, especially last year when they just had non-outfielders playing the outfield, which I just think is absurd. You know what I mean? Like the Yankees had non-outfielders playing the outfield, but yeah. Ryan, did you catch Gabriel Star trash talking Verdugo? I don't know who Gabriel Star is. I don't know who that is, but I've made my opinions on Verdugo clear. And I'm not going to step back on that. The character issues I think are real, and I'm not going to sit here and say anything differently until I'm proven a reason to not feel that way. If they're begging for Michael King, why would be maybe consider his elbow? Nobody has even reported that there's a concern with his elbow. So yeah, like it's just conspiracy theories. Well, to be fair, Stan did win an MVP and the Yankees immediately acquired him, but maybe, yeah, I mean, I think it's also, yes, the return who you're parting ways with, but number 2, I think it's really just a matter of it's a left-handed bat, and the Yankees have not had a left-handed hitter that good in a while. So that's why I'm gonna lean Soto here. And obviously, yes, recency bias plays a role here. I'm a little bit older. I'm not like a kid in middle school. I have a platform. Fireside Yankees, like I wasn't doing Fireside Yankees when I was 12 years old, obviously. So, this is a little bit different because I feel more hands-on, or not, I wouldn't say hands-on, but more involved or following the day-to-day process. Trey Guy says, have you paid any attention to the draft? I have not paid at all any attention to the draft. I'm not going to lie. I wish I did, but I have not. And that's where I'm at. I have not followed the draft at all. What happened? I'm just getting on. The Yankees and Padres are waiting for the Padres to process the medicals, and that's where we're at. And people are kind of freaking out a little bit, but just wait for information to come out. Mark, Yanks get Soto, pending medicals. Yeah, that's the best way to describe it. We're waiting on medicals. Are you getting Soto or not? When I got to my apartment, they're just waiting on medicals. They've agreed on the players. They're just waiting on medicals. That's really where we're at. That's just where we're at. Like until we're in anywhere different, that's where we're at. And that's all that's the only thing left. That is the last hurdle. Once that is cleared or not cleared, we can move on and we can go from there. John Johnson, like the actor, yo, I don't think it's like the actor, but we'll see. Okay, I love it. JK. What's good, Nick's tape? I hope you're doing well, my man. How are you feeling about the deal, fam? I feel good. Until I'm given a reason to not feel good, I feel good. I think that the Yankees are going to end up getting Soto, but again, I can't sit here and tell you that it's going to happen because I don't have the medical information, but I can tell you that for right now, there's no reason to believe that that's not the case. So yeah. Do you think Judge, Grisham, or Verdugo will be the starting 3 for next year? Do you have an extra outfield? Do you think having an extra outfield halts his development? Okay, so I think it'll be Verdugo in left, Judge in center, Soto in right. Grisham will sub in late game situations. I think we'll also see outfield combinations of Trent Grisham in center, Juan Soto in left, and Aaron Judge in right. And the big thing here is Stanton. Stanton's going to try to get a little leaner. According to Aaron Boone, we'll see how that factors into the outfield situation, but perhaps they can get creative. Put Stanton in left. I don't know. I don't really want to see that, but we'll wait and see. But I do think Grisham's a tried and true 4th outfielder. He will not be playing every day until we got an injury. But guys are going to get hurt. That's baseball. That's the Yankees. That's the story of the Yankees for a very long time. So, yeah, I think that Grisham is going to be the type of guy that helps secure your outfield. And a big thing here, guys, look at the players that the Yankees have had to throw in the outfield. Isaiah Kiner-Falefa was their starting center fielder For a good chunk of the season last year, Jake Bauers was in left or right field. Frenchie Cordero was in left or right field. No, I actually like Jake Bauers, like the offensive prospect, or not the prospect, the project of his bat, but he's not an outfielder. He should not be playing left field, and he was. And that's kind of the big thing here. We had guys who were not outfielders playing the outfield, and now we have outfielders playing the outfield, which is a big thing. Thoughts on Morosi on MLB Network saying they're reviewing it right now because that's what everybody's saying. They're reviewing it right now. There has not been an official snag. Nobody's reported a snag. And until given a different thought or perspective, I'm not going to sit here and tell you that it has gone through. Everybody's got to relax. Everybody has got to relax. All right. Everybody's got to relax. Be a great move if Jeter became our manager. No. I don't know about Derek Jeter, the manager of the New York Yankees. I would not say that. Is there any chance to move Grisham if we acquire him? Can't say no. I don't have information on that, but I would assume he stays. I would assume. He's a good fourth outfielder. The Yankees need a center field. Like, they need a backup that can play center field, and he could do that. He's $5 million. Like, who are they going to find that's less expensive? And if they salary dumped him to the Yankees, again, not really sure where the Yankees are going to get a much better deal. I could be wrong. And that's really where I feel on that front. But yeah, I'm not going to sit here and tell you that the Yankees are going to flip him or that they're definitively not going to flip him. But I am going to sit here and tell you that the Yankees, the Yankees seem to want a fourth outfielder, and they should have a fourth outfielder, and he fits them perfectly. How much do you think Burns will get in free agency? If he has a year like his 2022 season, he will get $300 million. I'm confident in saying he will get $300 million. Now, that might seem a little extreme, but I want you guys to understand the caliber of pitcher we're talking about here. Now, maybe not $300 million. Maybe it's closer to what Yamamoto gets in this offseason in terms of money. But for the last 3 seasons, he's been remarkable. He's been insane. This last season definitely dings him a little bit. His velocity went down a tick. Maybe I'll say $200 million. I think it'll be $245 over 7. So the Strasburg contract. I think that's a more reasonable. I think it's a more reasonable number. Or maybe it's 245 over 8. That's right, Bubba. I think he's talking. I don't know who he's talking about. I think he might be talking about me, but yeah, whoever's right, you're right, man. Awaiting the Soto deal is the definition of edging. Sure, I can't fully endorse that message, man. But yeah, I'll say yeah. Who is the Yankees Twitter legend? Brandon Q is the greatest Twitter user of all time. He's the best of all time. The greatest we'll ever see. Clark being on the supposed deal is actually kind of big, keeping around 160 innings of starting material right there. Yeah, the fact that he has made 30 starts in a season is something that literally everybody else except Garrett Cole in that rotation could not say. And that's huge. I like Michael King. I like Dexter Cortez. I think Rodon will bounce back. But guys, let's sit here and be honest with ourselves. A rotation that relied on those 3 guys would be really, 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 really scary to rely on. So, I do think that we're looking at a situation where it's like, all right, I would prefer to have kept King from a performance standpoint, but I'm glad I kept Schmidt, seeing that I would have had to keep, I'm keeping both Messer and Rodon, right? Like, seeing that situation, I'm glad I kept Schmidt because I think he's going to be able to throw, 180 innings next year. I'm sorry, I fucking have hiccups. It's bad. Been moving on functions that I should not. Like, my motor function is starting to dissipate. What did Morosi do? So Morosi was like, hey, they're going to be finalizing shortly. They did not finalize, kind of jumped the gun a little bit. Maybe we misinterpreted it. By we, I mean myself and others. I'm including myself in that as well. But we'll have to wait and see. We'll have to see. Maybe we jumped the gun. Maybe he jumped the gun. Maybe he didn't mean it that way. But yeah, he said it's finalizing shortly, and we still haven't gotten to medicals being done. So yeah, we'll have to wait and see. Yeah. What is your prediction for the 2024 season? Roster, record, and end-of-year result. Okay, so I think you'll see... So let's go left to right in the outfield and left to right in the infield. So left to right in the outfield, I think it'll be Verdugo, Judge, and Soto. I think left to right in the infield, it'll be Peraza, LeMahieu, Volpe, Torres, Rizzo. Wells will be the catcher. Garrett Cole, obviously, is going to lead your rotation. I'm going to say Yoshinobu Yamamoto is the Yankees number 2 starter because I'm going to be delusional. And I'll go with Rodon, Cortez, and Schmidt to follow. In the bullpen, I think you're going to see Clay Holmes, Jonathan Loaizaga, Tommy Canley, Ian Hamilton, Scott Effross. I'm going to just take another sort through the Yankees roster resource to make sure I'm not missing out on anybody who's under contract. I don't know if we'll see Marinaccio. I don't. But that does fill out 5-year spots. We do have Nick Ramirez. I don't know if he'll still be here. He was good for the Yankees. So, like, objectively speaking, I can't hate, right? You know, I can't sit here and hate. But looking at some of the other, I mean, I don't know if he's going to stick because he's going to get swings and misses, and he doesn't really handle lefties that well. I think you'll see Clayton Beeter in that bullpen. I think you'll see Juan Marinaccio back in that bullpen. And I think you'll see Wandy Peralta back in that bullpen. Or maybe it's not Beeter, maybe it's Gomez, but I think you'll see one of Gomez or Beeter, a guy who has very little or has not debuted yet, that's on the 40-man roster. And I'm going to say that Marinaccio is going to get a chance to rebound, and then I'll go Peralta, Efros, Hamilton, Canley, Loaiza, go Holmes. I think that's the bullpen, and I think that rounds. And then your bench, Cabrera, Peraza, Grisham, Trevino. That makes sense. King is the issue. We do not know this. We do not know that King is the issue, so wouldn't say that. Big question. Who gets the candy bar first, Judge or Soto? Probably Judge. Probably Judge. I'll say Judge. Judge is probably in that. You probably get a candy bar first. He's Aaron Judge, but we'll see. Is it a Reggie bar? Yeah, I think it'll be Judge if he ever does. Waiting for medicals. They need to have everything processed, everything looked over. So they have to. They have to look at everything. Holdup is probably King in his medicals. Again, we do not know this. We cannot sit here and confirm that. I meant like the MLB draft in 2024. My bad. Yeah, no, I have not looked at that draft at all. Could the problem be potentially Thorpe and his elbow issue? He did not have an elbow issue. He had a shoulder issue on his non-throwing shoulder. So, we'll have to wait and see. But yeah, I don't know. Like, he did have an injury. That is true. And it was at the end of the season. We never really got clarification on what happened after. So could that be it? Yeah, maybe. I don't know. But not going to sit here and tell you that we know yet because we don't. And not going to sit here and tell you that he is hurt because we don't. Hey, man, love the vids. What's up with Soto? Why Thorpe and King? What about Yamamoto? MJ Edits. I appreciate you stopping by. I'm hearing, I'm not hearing anything really. But what I'm seeing is that, Soto we're waiting for medical information. And, Thorpe and King were the two best pitchers that the Yankees could offer, not named like Chase Hampton. And so that's who they offered, and that's who the Padres wanted, and that's what they wanted to do. Can we stop talking about medicals? Juan Soto is going to be the subject of every conversation we have. I'm sorry, man. I hate to put it that way. So I got some worry that if Passan's on the air, say he expects the deal to go through, I have a tough time believing him or unbelieving him. I would agree. What have your sources told you? Most of my sources are just like people who end up getting stuff out pretty quick publicly. So nothing that wouldn't be already out there. Potentially going from Bowers, Cabrera, McKinney, Bader. Yeah, no, the upgrade is massive. The upgrade is huge. You know what I mean? Like the upgrade there in terms of the outfield depth is pretty huge. So we'll see. So sad we have to give up Thorpe. I am too, but it's Juan Soto. I'll forget pretty soon. This is the first time he's actually addressed the offense in a number of years. Yeah, not to this capacity. This is the first time we've seen it to this capacity in a decently long time. So this would be huge. Hot take. Ohtani goes to the Blue Jays. I don't think it's a hot take anymore. I think that's like if he doesn't go to the Dodgers, he's going to the Blue Jays. Good trade, get a lefty bat, puts power. Yeah, no, Soto is special. Soto is everything we need. And I also would love Yoshinori Yamamoto, and I would love to just extend. We haven't been linked? Yeah, I don't think Bellinger's going to the Yankees. I think he'll end up a San Francisco Giant. When we sign Soto and then sign Yamamoto, will this make the Yankees instant league favorites? I'm going to say the Braves, because the Braves are like by a country margin projected to be the best team in baseball. They're projected to win 60% of their games next year. And I think they're already projected for 97 wins. They haven't touched their team. I'm assuming they're going to get a pitcher. I don't think it's going to be Dylan Cease, but even if it's like, Eduardo Rodriguez, they get Eduardo Rodriguez, they're probably going to be projected to win close to 100 games, and I would give them the benefit of the doubt. I think the Astros currently, in terms of just raw talent, are the best team in the American League. I think the Rangers can certainly get back there. I personally think that the Yankees wouldn't be the best team in the league, but I think they would certainly be considered the class of the American League if they had both these players. 1 Burns, 2 Castillo, 3 Kirby, 4 Gilbert, 5 Ray, 6 Wu, lock it in. That would be an unbelievably great rotation if the Mariners were able to pull that off, but I do think they should go out and get hitting, and that's how I feel about that situation. All right. Yeah, I wanted to keep King. I did too, man. I'd rather have given up Thorpe and Hampton than King. Pitching prospect's really not going to pan out. I would say I think King is going to handle. King is going to be epic, but I do think Chase Hampton has a chance to be a really good pitcher. We'll have to wait and see. But I think he has a chance to be a really, really good pitcher. If we get Yamamoto and Soto, it's World Series or bust. It's World Series, but I would say it's World Series or bust. That's where I'm at. But it is Soto after all. Yeah. Robert's leaking all trades and signings. That situation is pretty funny. I don't think, at least I hope that it won't end up affecting that Shohei thing, because obviously we don't want him in division because he would be really good and help the Blue Jays a ton. San Diego media is talking about King and his elbow issue. This could blow off. There's no, like, I need to see a tweet. I need to see a reporter say that there's an issue. I need somebody to say it. No Dominguez, he'll come back during the season, but I'm not going to sit here and say it's going to happen right now. You're gonna have to wait for Jason Dominguez to come back, or you don't know to what capacity. And he's also still not a proven major leaguer, so you don't want to just throw him into center field and say hit third on this team. You know, this team's trying to compete for World Series, and they're gonna need major leaguers to do it. AJ Preller reviewing medical records. That's where we're at right now. Big Dog says done. It's not done yet. It has dish collapse. I don't know what that means. I think Juan will be back. I agree. Concerned with the amount of pitching prospects we could give up for Soto? No, because we traded like 8 pitchers last year, and then we simply just drafted 2 top 100 prospects. I think that we will be fine. I think that we'll be fine. Any Twitter updates? Nothing new at all. Like, I haven't seen anything yet, so we'll see. Juan says Stanton. He'll be on the team. We'll see how well he plays. If he doesn't play well, we'll revisit that conversation. What happened to the guy? He's fine. He's doing all right. Nick's still chilling. He's alive. Made it seem like he was dead. He's fine. Jose Baraja says, what going to happen to Grisham? He's not good with the bat. Good defender, and there's the upside. Like, he has power. What about Dominguez? He'll be back during the season. I answered that question. We're probably losing Thorpe, but keeping Hampton feels big, as we still have Beater as well. Warren, Lillane, Selvage, all those guys are going to be huge. Pause. And I think Hampton and Thorpe are really comparable prospects in terms of just quality of prospect, and Hampton might have a higher ceiling. We also churn out pitchers like they're nothing. That is true. Does anybody know when this Soto thing is, if the Soto thing is finalized? If the Yankees thing Soto is finalized? No, it is not finalized. Do you like Hampton better than Thorpe? And would you kick the tires on Patrick Corbin since we need cheap pitching and he looked good with us? I think you're confusing the wrong pitcher, because Patrick Corbin costs a lot of money and sucks. But maybe there's a different, just run that one back to me. But I think Hampton has a higher ceiling than Thorpe, but I wouldn't say he's necessarily a better prospect. I think they're very even. Deal not going to get done until all physicals are done. Could be a while. Yep. Well, you're 100% correct. I'll never forget Thorpe's surprise appearance on this channel. We will never forget Drew Thorpe and whoever that guy was. Golden Spartan, Soto, Dominguez, Judge is a beautiful outfield. Absolutely. Absolutely. Do we get Dominguez back in July? Hopefully. I can't confirm or deny when he'll be back, but you're hoping it's the summer. I don't have any information on that. Nothing that you can't publicly find, and everything would say it's the summer. Jason can take his time and recover fully. Yes, Oakley. That's why you get Alex Verdugo and Trent Grisham. Can't really discredit King because he's been elite when healthy, but he only has 1 more year of control with Juan Soto, and I'll take that with the possibility of an extension as well. 1,000,000%. 2 years of control also affects me because you had Cortez and him who had 2 years of control, and Schmidt has 4. So I have a little bit more security in what my rotation looks like, and it's cheaper to do it that way. And that matters to the Yankees a little bit. Cheap pitching is attractive. Dominguez and Soto be the duo young. Yes. Oh my God, dude. You get a Dominguez, you get a 120 WRC plus version of Jason Dominguez, and you get a guy like Juan Soto in his prime. And I mean, imagine you get a 130 WRC plus outcome for Dominguez. That dude, that combination could be special. Is Jung Hoo Lee out of the question now? Yes, he's going to probably be a San Diego Padre. That's my read on the situation. Dominguez could spend some time at AAA, and especially since he skipped AAA and will miss spring training. Yeah, I think he'll have to rehab there regardless, but I think he could see some time there, depending on how the Yankee outfield's playing. Pause, yeah, massive pause there. Cheap pitching equals Frankie Montas for 1 year. Yeah, for sure. And also, it could also mean prospects or whatever it may be. So we'll have to wait and see. What do you think the percent chance is on signing Yamamoto and Soto? I'll say 33%, right? Like I think that's the number. Okay. I'll say 32% because I'm 99% sure we're getting Juan Soto, and I'm 33% sure we're getting Yamamoto. And so I guess I have to look at the math on that. Actually, it's like what? Yeah, okay, so 33.7% is my mathematical answer because it's 0.99, it's 99% times 32%, and that gives me 32.7%. So that's my number. That's how confident I am. Thoughts on the Yankees saying Stanton will be a lighter? Yeah, so wait, hold on, let me read that again. Thoughts on the Yankees saying Stanton will be playing at a lighter, slimmer weight in an attempt to reduce injury risk. You think he'll be able to keep his power, any word on him going to alter his swing this winter? So nothing about swing alteration, but I think that's important. Getting leaned out and just, being able to be more mobile is important. And we'll have to wait and see how that goes. But, I think it'll be good for him to just be able to move around the outfield a little bit more. I think he meant Corbin Burns. I don't think we're going to sign Corbin Burns or acquire him. Working on the tip, he's got to work the shaft. If we don't get any updates by like 10 or 11, my worry will increase. Worry when we get an update that somebody's medicals went poorly. That's when you handle things poorly. That's when you start being concerned. All right. We can also re-sign King when his contract expires as well. I actually think the Padres will extend him, but hopefully. Sources tell me that we're stalling because the Padres are considering Espinal for Soto 1-for-1 swap. He is a 2022 All-Star, and that matters. That should matter. What's up, guys? What's good? Yankee King, hope you're doing well. The Juan, Jason, Judge outfield will be special. It absolutely will be. All right. Cole, number one, Cole. Yeah, he's the top of the rotation. Oh, I can see where your reply is. I'm going to just pull it up, and I'll pull up yours, Ethan, in a second. Cole, Yamamoto, Rodon, Cortez, and 5 or Schmidt as the or Montas and Schmidt as the 5 is elite. I agree. Having that depth in your rotation is going to be important. I'm a junior in high school, and all I do throughout my school day is to scroll through Juan Soto news and rewatch Jason Dominguez 1 week highlights. That second home run against the Astros was so sexy. It was a special time to be a Yankee fan. That week was special. I'm going to stay up all night. Soto's coming home tonight, or it's real early tomorrow. Think about you as the other pitcher having to pitch a Judge to. Yeah, Ralphie. I don't know if people can handle that, man. I don't know if teams are going to be able to handle that. Just the Judge and Stanton part is too much, dude. It's too much. If the Yankees are smart, they'll extend King LMAO. Yeah, I agree. Might be Thorpe not throwing arm. Don't be surprised if it gets canceled. Canceled's a little bit crazy. They might just readjust, but we'll see. We shall see. We shall see. Moving on. Colt, yeah. 40 home runs as a Yankee. I could see it. Why is everybody sleeping on Will Warren? He's ready for the bigs because people don't know the name as much. Yankees finalizing deal for Soto. He might be a Yankee by tonight. I don't know if he'll be a Yankee by tonight, but we'll see, right? We will see. We shall see, my man. Like we'll see. That's where I'm at in terms of where they'll be with that finalization of the deal. Stan dropping weight will help his knees. Yeah, I think it's just a matter of durability. You know what I mean? I think it's just a matter of durability. I think that he'll be durable and more durable. I think that'll happen. And yeah, like I think that we're gonna end up seeing Stanton be a little healthier. Let's see if Rizzo and Gleyber play up to the potential. On top of that, yeah, if they play to where they should. Well, Gleyber played well last year. If he just repeats his last season, and then we see, Rizzo play to where he was in 2022, we're gonna be really good. No harsh comments, but we might get rid of Thorpe and in the trade replace him with Hampton or something. We could always just go to Hampton. That's where I'm at, man. That's where I'm at with that. I meant swing, not swim. I know what you meant. I know you meant, kind of get his swing back and things. And I think that would help him a lot. Yankees potentially have 340 plus home run guys. Yeah, that's something you can dream of, man. That's something you can dream of. Losing weight might not be all that to prevent injuries. That is a good point, but I do wonder. The thing I wonder about is, whether whether that is going to end up, whether that is going to be the same situation for the Yankees, or whether Stanton is actually the type of guy who needs something like that for things to happen for him in order to stay healthy. I know I'm sputtering a lot here. I'm begging for updates, but ultimately I think Stanton losing weight isn't a guarantee that he'll stay healthy, but they're trying something. So that's where I'm at in that situation. They're trying something, and that's all that matters. Now you're talking down. Dude, I miss 2021. I miss 2021 so much. Twitter-wise, not the team. Hot take: starting DJ LeMahieu is a terrible idea. The process about it is fine. Process of the situation doesn't really matter to me. So yeah. If we get Yamamoto, is there anything else you'd want to get? Montas or Montas, right? Like Montas and like a Wandy, like just get me some depth pitching. So yeah, we'll see. Hold on. All right. Well, let me just. And Soto, yeah, I know that's what you meant. My bad. Yamamoto will get me hype. Or Yamamoto, yeah, Yamamoto would be insane. Yamamoto would be crazy good. San Diego radio saying deal hung up on a medical that they're concerned about. I'd like to see that report. I've yet to see a report on it. I've yet to see anything that it's been hung up. I'm going to search up San Diego. I'll search up, I don't know. Like you guys, I would love to see if somebody can link to a tweet. But there's nothing that I've seen that would suggest that there's a holdup right now. Nobody's confirmed any holdups. Nobody's confirmed anything about a holdup. No radio station I've seen. No information. Yeah, no, nothing here. Literally nothing. Like I clicked the clip and got just like baited. Not gonna lie. 97.3. The Fan. Okay. Looking. I'm not really sure where you're seeing it, man. I'm not sure where you're seeing it. I'm not sure where you're seeing that about the. I'm just not sure where you're seeing what you're saying about the Yamamoto stuff. Or not Yamamoto, the Soto stuff. I don't see it. And even if if Thorpe is a medical or King's a medical, we'll have to wait and see. Brian Hoke. Okay, we're gonna check Brian Hoke. Okay, Brian Hoke said it's that. No, wait, time out. His that's not. It's reviewing medical. It's not that there's a snag. There's a key difference here. We got to understand wording, guys. There's no snag. There hasn't been a snag. There's no snag that's been reported. I'm not going to sit here and say that there's a snag until I see a report that says there's a snag. They're reviewing medicals. That's what they're doing. That's what everybody's reported they're doing. So, yeah. Oswald Peraza should be starting third baseman. They should salary double LeMahieu. He has a no trade clause. So, yeah. I'd like to see what they have to, what Montas has to offer if healthy. So, yeah. Also, the Jude guy. Yeah, this guy's a clown. I'm sorry. Not you, Griff. You're my guy. But that Judd guy is a clown. Look. He says it's done. And then he goes, hold. And then he goes, pivot, man. If the deal's done, then how are we holding? How are we pivoting? Double down, man. Like that. These are this guy's tweets. Line, yeah, he feels like another Line Texas clone. I'm sorry. Line in Texas clone. I'm sorry. Right? He's not really, he's just like he's not a source. Till I'm seeing a reason, he's not a source. But we'll keep moving on. CC did better. Actually, I wouldn't say did better after dropping weight. He looks great after retirement. It's crazy how much he's dropped weight since his post-playing career. But yeah, I would say, I think CC with a belly was a special player. Special player. His weight might, like his conditioning might have been an issue. I can't sit here and tell you it was. I can't sit here and tell you it wasn't because I'm not there. But we'll have to wait and see, man. And yeah, again, until I see something from somebody else, radio station. Now can we talk about getting Trevor Bauer? Fuck no. Padres are the holdup. They're just reviewing medicals. It's a 5-player thing. It is a 5-player trade, guys. Ryan needs this trade more than us, guys. We're making him read all of our comments. Your comments are great. Ethan, don't worry about it. The comments are great. I appreciate you guys just sitting down and listening to me talk. How are the Jays able to handle losing Adam Silver to the LA Angels? It's something that, even with Shohei Ohtani, I don't know if the Blue Jays are going to be able to come back from that. It's a crazy loss. He is one of the best right-handed pitchers we've ever seen from the bullpen. And, yeah, I don't, got to worry. Got to worry for the Blue Jays. Even if you get Ohtani, I don't know how you're going to replace it. If Stanley was really committed to preventing injuries, he'd get new legs. Yeah, it's that simple. You just got to get new legs. If he cared, he would get new legs. So, yeah, it just seems like it's a lack of caring in my eyes. I saw this. Soto MVP. I think he could. Cashman's must be rolling his eyes. LMAO. He's on a plane, probably chilling. Maybe he took a little gummies. He's having a good time. He's going to the sky. But yeah, I gotta see. Gotta see where things are with Cashman. But I think he's probably chilling. What's your dream starting rotation for the 2024 Yankees? Cole, Yamamoto, Rodon, Cortez, Schmidt, or Montas. Fine by me. Neither guy really means that much to me either way. Not like I don't care about either of them, but yeah. Medicals on their... Yeah, they're reviewing them. That's all. They're reviewing them. Jared Prince goes, is Montas back? Is he coming back? I think he is coming back. I can't guarantee that. It's just a hunch. But, yeah, I think he is coming back. So that's my opinion on it. We already talked about that. People love trolling. Yes, Andrew. People love trolling. San Diego isn't liking something. Must be Thorpe. We don't know this. We do not know this. We are not aware of this. We do not know if they don't like something. We don't know if they like something or not. If they didn't, we'd know. And we'll know soon if they don't. But I'm not, we don't. Not even if we miss out. Yeah, no, also Bauer is just, I don't want Trevor Bauer on this team. But yeah, Imanaga would be so much better. And Bauer was like barely above average in terms of FIP in Japan. So why would I expect him to come over to the U.S. and dominate? Shohei Ohtani to the Blue Jays. I think he'll go to the Blue Jays. I think it's a 50-50. I think it's Blue Jays Dodgers. At this point going to happen. We'll see. It's just trolls, Ryan. I think it's just trolls. I'm in San Diego and I've heard it. Eric, I haven't seen anything. I haven't seen anybody say it. You know what I mean? I haven't seen anybody say anything. Reviewing medicals, that's what they're doing. Don't apologize about anything, Ernest. Clickbait, don't know I don't know what's going on with the situation. Like, I don't know. Like, I'm not there. But until then, until we know, that's where we're at. Like, we just don't. There's nothing wrong with the medicals until there's something wrong with the medicals. That's why I see it. I have Twitter notifications on for all the important people. There are no issues. Yeah, you guys should turn on notifications for Fireside Yankees because yeah, and yeah, like you guys should. Just saying. Line in Texas 10. That's exactly who that Judd guy is. When do you think this will actually happen? How long does this process usually take? I have no idea how long this process is going to take, and I have no idea when this will get finalized. My bad reviewing is what it meant, but that's the only holdup right now. It is the holdup. It's not a snag. It's just the holdup. But yeah. And if Padres are pivoting, who are they pivoting to? Yeah, like who made an offer that they're like, who are they pivoting to? Why? If the deal was dead, we'd know. If a deal was dead, we would know, and we would know. Like we would know if a deal is dead. Nothing would indicate that the deal is not dead, that the deal has died, that there's an issue. So yeah, I need Mike Hawk to come out of the shadows and break a Soto trade. I need Passan to just Passan. Yeah, that's how you say it. Passan to get it done. I know we shouldn't take LB Scoop seriously. No. Trust me, they're not linked to Julio Urias. Trust me. Golden Spartian, everyone's trying to be the first to break, even if it's false. I think everyone's just trying to be the first to release information and just get information out. That's where we're at, We're just at, information. People are trying to get information out. We need a close. We lost a lot of games, a lot of close games. We do not need a closer. I think we'll be fine there. I want Soto. I want Soto too. Medicals take time and GMs are traveling home for meetings. I'm not worried. I'll get worried when there's information that suggests getting worried. You know? Like, that's where I'm at. I really hope the Jays miss out on Ohtani. Yeah, I do too for reasons that have to do with the fact that I want to win games. Well, sorry, Ryan, I got to go. Trevor, you're all good, man. I hope you have a good rest of your night. Kudos to Ryan for the reporting. I'm not reporting. I'm more syndicating, I guess would be it, right? Like there's stuff on Twitter. Anything I see on Twitter, I'll mention in the pod. And just just clarify things that have or have not been said. Soto must have missed the world leg update. Yep. It happened for me a couple years ago. I don't know what's going on with Stanton and not being able to adjust to that, but it's got to wake up, man. Got to get the new legs. I'm joking, obviously. Stanton, obviously, you can't control that. Judge is 2 for 11 against Simber in his career, by the way. Yeah. The Jays just lost their Judge stopper. It's over for them. Would Soto affect us getting Murakami in a few years or no? I don't know. I'd say Yamamoto plays a bigger effect on that. Like if we get Yamamoto, like $250-something million, it's probably not going to be getting Murakami at that rate. But by that time, Rizzo's contract would be off the books. The Yankees would have. I'm gonna go double check MLB payrolls, team payrolls, 2026 update. The Yankees would have a $138 million payroll for the season. That is the second highest, and they only have 18 players signed to deals, whereas like that's the fewest amount of players under contract outside of the Toronto Blue Jays. So that is a little concerning, but that's not factoring that the Yankees have a lot of young players that are going to come up through the farm system and become 40-man guys for them. So I'm not too concerned in that regard. But they have a $138 million payroll. What's interesting and what should be noted is that at that point in time, the Los Angeles Dodgers will have a $79 million payroll. So I think they're very inclined to go out and get Shohei Ohtani because they can balloon that even by $50 million and still be behind, the Phillies and the Padres and the Yankees, in terms of committed payroll for that time span. But I think the Yankees would be in a position to get another big player by then. But, I think that if they get Yamamoto, that is a little bit cloudier because now you have to add $60 million to that number. It would be $200 million committed to 18 to 20 players. Like you would have to really be sure about that. Now, that being said, 2027, that number falls to 118, excuse me. And so those are kind of the years where you start to look and say, all right, we've got money freeing up and all that. From Cody, Cashman got off the phone while smiling and laughing while doing the gritty. Yeah, he's gritting. The Yankees are going to get Soto and he's gritting. He's smiling is what it is. Moving on a little bit. What do you think about the other Japanese? He's not a Japanese outfielder. He was born in Japan, but he's from, he played in Korea. Yeah, I don't think we're signing him. I think he's going to the Padres at this point. How much for bionic legs these days? I'm not sure what they're going for the market, but we'll have to wait and see, man. And Stanton should definitely be interested in that market. I don't know why there's so much random speculation because God hates us and Juan Soto hasn't become a Yankee yet. And that's why. So, yeah, that's where I'm at on this situation. But, yeah. Try and get Snell. I don't think we are. I don't really think we should, and I don't really think we are. It's early in San Diego. Preller is probably still in Nashville. $6 million in the 70s, got one leg. Yeah, man. It is crazy how inflation is now. Like a $6 million salary to a player like 1980 is crazy. We're talking about, hey, Christian's only going to cost $5 million. We're chilling, right? Like we're good. Foster Griffin, Trevor Bauer. I agree. He's a lot better than Trevor Bauer. People are trolling if this was actually happening. It would be big news. San Diego holding up, I mean. Yeah, if San Diego holds up, we will know. If they don't, we won't know. And we'll end up getting a player. So, yeah. He named his dog Roger Center. Is that true? I didn't know that. Understanding, but it's like, why? Understanding, like, why? Okay. Understanding, like, it's taking a while. Why is it getting held up? I just think San Diego isn't liking something, but I'm not sure. Just my opinion. Just give it time. We'll see. Bauer without spider attack is just Kyle Gibson with a case. Yeah. Jesus Christ. Yeah. Yeah, man. Jack said it would happen tomorrow or tonight. Which Jack? Jack Curry? Oh, we'll see. Kev Walter. I think the Yankees need to try to get another Japanese star if they want to help their case with Yamamoto. Who is the question? Okay, I'll try again. Should we Luke Weaver. Oh, yeah, no, I'd love to bring Luke Weaver in his depth. Yeah, I think Luke Weaver as depth is fine. You know, the Yankees seem to like a few things in what they saw in his profile. He should cost literally nothing, barring another team giving him a major league deal. He looks solid with us, surprisingly. Like, I was a little bit shocked as to how good he looked. I'm not gonna lie. And the pitch repertoire isn't bad. Like, he has a decent fastball. He has a good cutter. Gets hit a little hard, but, you hope that, maybe the Yankees can kind of tweak some of those issues. When he came over, they made him less slider heavy. They made him super cutter heavy, which I think is interesting. And that pitch got some good results with us. So, yeah, I think that, Weaver as like a depth piece would be fine. Soto is known for demanding demanding to bat third. Yeah, so how are we going to organize this lineup? If he wants to bat third, Verdugo, Judge, Soto, Glaber, Rizzo, Stanton, Wells, LeMahieu, Volpe. That's your lineup, and that's a good lineup. Dodgers getting Ohtani would increase our chance at Yamamoto. Yes, if they don't get Ohtani, they're getting Yamamoto. That's where I would go with this. The Padres are at the professional baseball scouts dinner, so it'll be hours perhaps tomorrow until a Soto deal is finalized. So yeah, it seems like the Padres are just busy doing things. That makes sense. They're doing things. They're not like they're at a meeting. They're at a dinner. We're fine. Like we're chilling for now. Yeah, they jumped the gun. They really did. This is a joke, but Guardians Twitter posted a satellite for big news coming. Yeah, so did the Mets. So like I wonder if it's a uniform thing. So I wonder what that's gonna look like. Soy Boricua, but man, I want to see my Dominican brother celebrate when we get Soto. I'll be in the city celebrating with them. Need a Dominican flag ASAP. Hey, man, I appreciate you. Look, we just want to win baseball games. We're Yankee fans who just want to win. And as long as you want to win, we're chilling. Hot take, Cody Bellinger goes to the Blue Jays. I don't think it's a matter of Cody Bellinger going to the Blue Jays. I don't think they want him, but if they're interested, I think that would be the ideal landing spot for him because, if they don't get Ohtani, they're probably not going to get Soto. I don't think they're going after Yamamoto. Bellinger and the Blue Jays would just make sense, but I think it'll end up being a San Francisco Giant. If you turn off your bathroom lights and say XCOM X and stay and get some new Robo legs, I'll try it, man. I hope we don't get Soto. No, you're wrong. Are you excited for the Ben Rice GOAT Rookie of the Year season, Ryan? Dude, Ben Rice is going to drop nukes next year. Like, Ben Rice is going to hit 50 billion home runs next year. Actually, I think Ben Rice is going to be pretty good. He can't hit lefties, but I think he'll be pretty fun. By the time Murakami comes over, we should have room to fit Murakami, and we can get Murakami because he isn't a starting pitcher, because in Japan, starting pitchers have respect for each other and don't play with each other. Yeah, I mean, I just think it's a money thing, right? Like, how much money is he going to demand? How much money are the Yankees going to have available? And I don't imagine he would get record-shattering money because he could be the best hitter in Japan, but is a Japanese first baseman already limited defensive value with some whiff issues going to get record-setting money? We'll see. He had a down year this year. He had his lowest OPS in 3 years. Struck out a lot. Had some of his walk issues go down. His really good walks just went from 118 to 90, so that's a concern. Have to see how he looks next year, but he's definitely the type of hitter that you're like, this guy would be sick as hell in Yankee Stadium, so we'll see. If not the Yankees, who do you think gets Yamamoto? Mets. Do you think Judge, Soto, and Verdugo is the best outfield in baseball? No. I think. Right? Like, maybe it is. I'd have to look at I don't know. Like, off the top of my head. I mean, let's think. Hold on. We're going to do team batting stats from last year. And we're going to do, all right, we're going to do Judge, Soto. We're going to do a little quick Fangraphs check. If they were just what they were last year, would it be the best outfield in baseball? Okay. League. Okay, they put up 12.9 F4 in 410 games. So if we look teams, we're going to reload that. All right. And we're going to pick positional split as outfielders. They would have been the third best outfield in baseball as a unit. And that's with Judge. That's with Judge being hurt and Verdugo not really being that good of a hitter. So I do think that they wouldn't be in the conversation. I would say the Braves, because they have Harris Jr., they have Acuna, and they have Is Ozuna their left fielder? I feel like he's their DH. Who's their left fielder? Jared Kelnick. Yeah, I'll give them the edge. I'll give them. No, am I going to give them the edge? No, I'm not. I'm going to say the Yankees, Soto, and Verdugo, when healthy, are the best outfield in baseball. How long are you streaming for? Ian, this is my guy. Ian, how are you doing, my man? I hope you're doing well. I'm streaming until something happens that of note, I guess. I don't really know. I don't know how long I'm going to go, man. I don't. Should be January 6th, the Yankees front office return get Soto. I cannot endorse anything. So, the Yankees should do whatever. We should genuinely never watch Yankees again if we get Snell. I would watch it as long as they get Soto. What yard line are we on? I think we're on the first yard line, or like the first yard line, or like the half yard line. Really hope we don't miss out on the potential Murakami and bring us a short right porch. And imagine we still have Soto by Murakami. That would be special. I wonder what that looks like, though. What is the lineup going to be when we get Soto? Verdugo against righties is what I would do. Verdugo, Judge, Soto, Torres, Rizzo, Stanton, Wells, LeMahieu, Volpe. I think that's a good lineup. Whether the Soto trade gets finalized today or tomorrow doesn't make spring training come any sooner. Yeah, that's where we're at. Sorry, I'm clarifying something. But yeah, no. I think as long as it happens soon, I don't care. As long as it happens, I don't care. Happen before opening day, that's all that matters. Opening day is going to happen regardless. Opening day is going to happen the same day, no matter what in the year. I'm not going to be worried if it's tomorrow or today. Get a spot chat around Yankee Stadium. Yeah, we need something, man. We need something. Per Curry, Yankees on their own first yard line, backed up at the one. Let's see. Bob just said it'll be hours till the deal is finalized. Yeah, it'll take a while. We'll see. Shota Imanaga would be the other Japanese star. Mets are at an advantage with Cohen and the owner and Senga as a teammate. I would say the Mets are going to get one of those two. That's what I'll say. Soto is going to be a one-year failure. All right. Correction. But the other Japanese aces don't play with each other. Yeah. Belly is a lock for San Francisco. I wouldn't say a lock, but I would say probably. Correction, Padres at scouting dinner. Yeah, I saw that report. What do you think is going to happen of the Braves getting Ohtani after the GM's interview? Chris, that would be insane. They would be unbelievable. These guys would be the best team in baseball by like we've ever seen. Like that team would be like that'd be the closest we would get to like a Golden State Kevin Durant Warriors type situation. Although I don't think that's going to happen. Padres lost 2 outfielders. Don't take leave from us. We will not. He will be a San Diego Padre. Will we see Luis Gil this season? What should we expect from him? David, we will see him this season. He will probably be a reliever. I don't think he'll be a starter at this point in his career. And I think that he will give you some anxiety-inducing relief innings and kind of get better as things go on. But we shall see. We shall definitely see on that front. But I do think that things will get better for him, and I think he'll look really good because his stuff is amazing. Who should the Yankees get if they don't get Yamamoto? I would love a Mitch Keller trade. I don't see it happening, but I would love a Mitch Keller trade. Maybe you can go out and get Corbin Burns. Again, I don't really see that happening, but that would be objectively sick. You probably have Pereira still, so like maybe you like find a deal. I would like to see if you can get Shane Bieber, though I don't think I'm trading Everson Pereira for 1 year of Shane Bieber, and Shane Bieber does scare me a little bit, so there is some fear there. Honestly, if you wanted to look at like just, hey, who should we acquire, right? Go to Fangraphs, go to pitching, sort by innings pitched, and then just scroll down and see if you find somebody who might be available. Maybe Monty, maybe definitely not Jordan Lyles. Definitely, I wouldn't say Lucas Giolito. But just look for innings, man. We just need innings pitched. That's where we're at right now. The top outfield, Michael Harris. Jared Kelnick with the Braves is going to be a cheat code because God hates us all and the Braves are America's team for some reason, or God's team for some reason. They get everything you want. I'll never have anything ever. Nobody has it worse. I'm joking. But Bob tweeted that it's really not important, but still, yeah, like I just want him to be a Yankee. Like, I'm so tired, dude. Was it Eddie Rosario was their left fielder, but I'm looking at for 2024, and I think Kelenich's an upgrade, at least defensively, and I'll give them, like, it's the Yankees or them. Or like, I guess Houston, they have McCormick, Tucker, and no, I'm not gonna give it to them. What do you think the full trade would be for Soto? It's gonna be Thorpe, King, Randy, Brito, and Higashioka. That's what it's gonna be when it's done. So when do you think Soto will end up with us? Hopefully tomorrow or tonight. We'll see. Kelenic on the Braves is 100% going to have a 900 OPS and a 5 WAR season. Yeah. He's going to be the best hitter we've ever seen because, again, God hates the Braves. That's where we're at with life. And God loves the Braves. God hates us all. Fortnite. I would love to see Soto on Fortnite. Ryan, personal question. All right, a personal question. Let's see what we've got here. What's your goal with media? Do you want to become a beat writer, get hired by a company like John Boy? Love what you do, brother. You are a great writer. So, I guess free agency news, for me, I guess. I am not in the position, and it's gonna get clipped, whatever. From the way I am in my life, for the way that I view Fireside Yankees and ESM and all that stuff, I'm gonna be here. This is what I want. This is where I want to have all that happen with, cover games, grow into a big platform. I want that to happen here. So, not to really, not to, get too personal here, but, if any of, that next step, that breakout or that, breakthrough in terms of media, if it happens, it'll happen here. That's where it's going to happen. That's where I want it to happen. It'll happen here with Empire Sports Media and Fireside Yankees. So, there is no looming, wait for me to get plucked by John Boy. I'd rather not. I'd rather stay here. There is no, is he going to go get plucked by ESPN? Because number one, I'm not on their radar. Like that's big time. But number two, I just want it to be here. So that's my answer for you guys. I want that to happen at ESM. So who's going to replace King and Randy? Warren, Hill, Beater, probably the top candidates to do that. So that's what I'll say. Dominguez, Judge, Soto, OMG. Yeah, David, that is an OMG lineup. Lowell, that Atlanta. Yeah, it made me wonder if we had. I wonder if we had a sign stealing scandal as well in this situation. I wanted Cronenworth instead of Grisham. I would say that the situation with these two sides is that I would have rather Grisham because it's 2 years left. And I didn't want to take that 8-year deal with Cronenworth, and I didn't think that the gap in offensive production between LeMahieu and Cronenworth was massive. So I'll take Grisham. What do you guys think? What do we think we do with Cabrera now? We're getting Soto, and we got Verdugo. He's the utility man, and he'll have to fill in when guys get hurt and when we need him. How do you feel about a package of Schmidt, Hampton, Brito, Florial, Pereira, Higgy, and for Soto and Grisham? They don't have to do that because nothing's happened. So, yeah, nothing's happened. Yankees then trade the farm for Mikolas and get 200 innings pitched. Sure. I'd love, you know what? Screw it. When did they say Japanese aces don't play together? Were Kuroda and Tanaka in the same rotation with each other? Yes, they were in the same team with each other because they both pitched in the 2014 Yankees. I think it's more so a matter of I don't think that they sign lucrative deals coming out of Japan with the same team, but we'll see. Kev Walter goes, those were both Hiroshima Carp and Rakuten Golden Eagle aces. That's true. Opening weekend, Johnny Brito, 5 innings we will never forget. That was truly an electric performance, man, and I'm kind of sad that we're going to see him go. A Gleyber Torres trade for Emmanuel Clase and Stephen Kwan, I think, is possible. They're not trading Stephen Kwan. They're not trading for another outfielder who really doesn't have a bat like that. And Emmanuel Clase, we're not trading a bat for a closer. That's where I'm at. Turn on notifications. Yeah, guys, please make sure you guys, subscribe, like, and turn on notifications. I really appreciate you guys coming in, and make sure you guys do all that stuff. So, reminder, we're gonna keep this stream going. It's not, if you're joining in now, it's not the end of the stream, but just like, subscribe, turn on notifications. It really helps us out. And if you guys could all do that, that'd be great. If you're not subscribed, we're trying to get to 10,000 subscribers, and we are we're on a good run. We've gone on a good run, and I'm really proud of our growth lately. And I would love for you guys to help us by continuing and adding to that. So yeah, they did in 2014. That is correct. Why didn't the Yankees try to include Pereira in a trade? They might have, but I don't think the Padres wanted anything other than pitching. I think they just wanted pitching, 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 and pitching. Yeah, they were. If I remember correctly, they were. Would you do? But I will say this: I like my job at ESM. I love what I'm doing. Nobody's to go to work for the Red Sox or work at Red Sox. I want this at ESM. That's gonna be my answer. It's always gonna be my answer. That's always what my answer is gonna be. You know what I mean? Just tuning back in. Any updates? Nothing crazy. Just Bob Nightingale going, yeah, the Padres had a professional baseball scouts dinner. So, yeah. I would love to trade Gleyber for Yuri Perez from the Marlins. I would love that too, but the Marlins are not doing that. So, yeah. Ryan, what do you enjoy more, watching Judge go yard in the first at bat, or with the situation looking amazing, or Dominguez's first bat home run when this team was in the shitter? Probably Dominguez, right? Like at that point, I think at that point in time it would have been Dominguez. Patrick Corbin, 166 steamer innings pitched. Griff, you know what? I did technically say I just want innings pitched. That is true. But heard Yankees are going after Chapman, but can you afford him? Oh, I think they just checked in. I don't think they're gonna stick with him. You know what I mean? I don't think that they're gonna go out and sign Matt Chapman. Do you think that they will extend Torres if they sign Soto and Yamamoto? No. I think if they sign both, he's not being extended. They haven't had extension talks. They didn't have him last year. I don't think it's going to happen. But yeah, I don't think we're going to see an extension for Torres. And if we were, I think we would have seen it already. But yeah, you can hide Yankee jersey. You can hide Yankee jerseys all over Fenway. That would be pretty funny, actually. That would be really, 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 really funny. But yeah. Thoughts on trading Peraza and Pereira for Edward Cabrera and Tanner Scott of the Marlins? I would not do that because, would I? Is Edward Cabrera really starting on this team though? Like the walks are a real problem. I want a guy that can pitch for me. You know what I mean? Like I want a guy who can pitch for me. I don't need a guy who's not going to be able to pitch and he's also injury prone. That being Cabrera, I need a guy who can pitch for me. You know what I mean? I need a guy who can just pitch and throw a lot of innings and get a job done. I'm gonna go check more just for innings pitched, man. We just need guys who throw fucking innings, dude. I just need guys who are willing to pitch. Or not willing to, but are physically capable of pitching consistently and don't suck. Those are the barometers, man. Let's see. Yeah, no, there's just not guys available like that. We'll see. Who should we replace Torres with if we let him go? I think that's a 2025 issue, and I'm not thinking that far ahead. I was really hoping we'd extend Gleyber, but it's looking like we're not going to. Yeah, it sucks. I think Gleyber's a good player, but I don't think we're gonna keep him much long term. Really want him to be a Yankee lifer. I would love Torres to be a Yankee lifer, but again, it's just not happening probably. Ryan, do you think it's going to be soon? The deal will be official for Soto Grisham. And do you think they will go after Yamamoto? And do you think they will trade Gleyber Torres? So, Thomas, to answer your first question, I think tonight or tomorrow the deal will be official, but we'll have to wait and see. As for if we think we'll go after Yamamoto, Andy Martuno confirmed we will, regardless of our Soto pursuit, which will likely end in us getting Juan Soto. And then as to Gleyber Torres, I do not think they're going to be trading Gleyber Torres unless they're going to offer me. I think Cabrera in the lab would be special, but you guys have to understand, Edward Cabrera has really, really, really bad walk issues, and he's not healthy. And that's such a big issue. He's not healthy. So, yeah. Looking at other stuff we got here. Yeah, he has to learn to say no to walks, and he also has to stay healthy. He just hasn't stayed healthy. What do you think is next for some of the older guys on the roster, like DJ and Stanton? I think Rizzo will be the best of that group. I think LeMahieu will be the second best of that group, and I think Stanton's the one I'm the most worried about because he has no defensive value. Samsara Trucking, Providence playing time this year. So where would you trade him to and for what? I'm not sure who this is about. So just tell me, But let me know if there are questions. I don't know about Providence, but yeah. But yeah. Waiting for more questions, but man. Dude, there's just like nothing going on with these things, man. Like, I need these two parties to come to a deal, man. There's nothing going on. Like, I'm nervous, man. I'm starting to get a little nervous without information. I'm getting a little bit nervous. I'm getting nervous, man. I'm getting nervous, dude. But let's see. Is it Jover for Brandon Woodruff? Man, that shoulder injury sucks. I think it's over for him, man. Yeah, I think it's over for his career. That shoulder injury has been bad. Like, that shoulder injury is bad. That shoulder injury tells me that it's a big issue. Like, I don't think he's going to come back and be the same pitcher, but I hope I'm wrong because he seems like a great dude, and I hope the best for him. I'm worried that DJ gets turned back into a ground ball machine. As long as he's as good as he was last year, maybe a little more consistency, we'll be fine. So, yeah, that's what I feel about this. Like, if LeMahieu's just as good as he was last year, sure, he's a good defensive third baseman, and he's an okay hitter. Do you think Stanton gets too much hate? Before this year, absolutely. Now this year, I think it's justified that people don't like the play. I think some people take it too far with the person, but the play is definitely not where it should be this year. So yeah, we'll wait and see. Thoughts on Villanova? It's a great school. I love, Villanova is a great place. I love Villanova. Big fan of that school. So, let's go Wildcats, baby. Let's go Wildcats. Thoughts on Montas? Bring him back on a 1-year, $10 million deal. That's where we're at. Getting Soto soon would allow us to focus on Yamamoto. Yes. And I think the Yankees want to be focused on Yamamoto. What animals do you think you could beat in a fight? I could mess up a bear. No, I'm joking. Bears would murder me. I can beat any. You know what? I can beat anything. My determination, my skill level, my physical strength, my will to win, my desire to get things done. It's unmatched. It's unrivaled. I would go as far as to say I don't really think anybody has that dog in them like I have dog in me. So personally, I really do feel like I'm at a different. I'm just a different being. When it comes to physical strength and all that stuff. So I would consider myself the GOAT. Out of Middleton, Montas, IKF, and Peralta, who do you think returns to the Yankees? Peralta and Montas. Sorry, just came in. Is Soto a Yankee? Officially, no. But he could be any second, I guess. I don't know. Bob Nightingale said hours. We're going to go with hours. Ryan, how does the Soto trade affect the Brian Cashman's bald allegations? Brian Cashman's no longer bald if he gets Juan Soto. His hair grows back immediately. It looks like the Cubs are out on Ohtani. Sure. I mean, we're not on Ohtani either, so hey, sure. Where do you see the Mets playing? Where do you see the Yamamoto playing? Yankees or Mets? He prefers the Yankees. So I would like to see the Yankees, but I'll say it's even. Like, I think their odds are pretty much the same as to where he'll go because the Mets have deeper pockets. Only the 4 Cali teams. No, the Blue Jays are definitely in. Thoughts on Cabral going to the Orioles. $13 million for a reliever is interesting. I don't know why they didn't just give $13 million like Frankie Montas because they need starting pitching, but they wanted a closer. I have no clue what they're doing. Couldn't be honest with you. I can't believe people still don't know you're the boxer. Ryan Garcia, of course, you can beat up any animal. Man, if the boxer was as good as me in fighting, he would not have a loss. The height is a facade, so animals don't perceive you as a threat, and that's how you get them. Exactly. I am a non-threatening figure, and then I become very threatening very soon. You think the Mets will make a play for Soto after that 1 year with the Yankees? Everyone's going to make a play for Soto in free agency because he's Juan Soto. But I think that the Yankees are going to have an advantage of having him if they are to trade for him, which I am led to believe they're going to finalize that trade soon. Max Thomas, who do you have confidence in next year to be more? Who do you have more confidence in next year to be productive offensively? Wells, Pereira, or Volpe? I think Austin Wells is my answer because Austin Wells is the oldest of that group. Austin Wells, his power is really good. I think he'll put up a 115 WRC plus next year. That's a hot take. And I also think he's going to get favorable matchups because he's going to be facing only righties. I think Volpe will be around a 100 to 105. And I think Pereira is probably going to be around a 90 to 95. Maybe we get better outcomes from them. But yeah, that's what I'm going to say. I think Wells is the one where I'm the least conservative on because I think I saw a lot really good from him. And I think he's going to be in favorable matchups to perform well. Obviously, you're going to say that the Yankees because you're a fan of them, but if you weren't, who do you think is going to end up with Yamamoto? Is going to get Yamamoto, Mets or Yankees? To be honest, I think it'll be look, Yankees or Mets are highly likely. I would say the Dodgers if Ohtani does not sign with the Dodgers. Those are my top three. If the Dodgers miss out on Ohtani and Yamamoto, that would be crazy. Yeah, there's no chance they miss out on both. Forgot the Blue Jays were a sleeper team. Yeah, they are. They're probably the co-favorites of the Dodgers. If the Yankees get Soto, do you think they're a World Series contender, or who else do you think they need after Soto? I think they're a World Series contender, but they're going to need some starting pitching because their fifth starter is going to be projected to be like Will Warren or like Clayton Beeter. So, yeah, I'm going to need them to get a starter. Actually, yeah, no, they need a starter. Do you think Peraza eventually takes DJ's job and becomes a third baseman? Hopefully. Like, not saying this to root against LeMahieu, but if he takes the job, usually that means something good has happened for Peraza. I think the speed is enticing. The arm is enticing. The bat is pretty good when it's going. Like his power is good. So we'll wait and see. Sorry to text. I meant Peraza. For which question? Peraza playing time this year. So playing time this year is gone. Kind of. So like, where would you trade him to and what for? Marlins would make sense. And for like Andrew Nardi, I would do that deal because it's 5 years of relief help. Good God, Blue Jays fans are going to be even more insufferable if they get Ohtani, which I know is ironic coming from a Yankee fan. Yeah, I don't want him in the division. I don't want the Blue Jays to have anything nice. I don't want anything to have anyone that isn't us to have anything nice. Will Cole be willing to pitch to Wells this season? I don't know. So, yeah, I don't know. Do you think if this Soto deal goes through, there's more pressure to get Yamamoto? No. I think there's less. I think I'd be like, hey, if we don't get Yamamoto, just get a pitcher. Like that. I'd be like, you got Soto. I don't really care. But you know, who are some targets that they could afford in free agency except Yamamoto, Eduardo Rodriguez, Jordan Montgomery, Frankie Montas? I think they would maybe have to look at the pitching market on the trade front. But yeah, I think that those guys are some guys to look at for pitching. Who wins the NBA title? If you're saying the in-season tournament, it'll be the Lakers probably because, Lake King is the greatest player of all time. And if you say the NBA, like the regular season, I think it's the Boston Celtics who will win the NBA title. Who are you most concerned about out of the 5 prospects? Probably Peraza. He has the most amount of time at the majors, not named Volpe, and he's shown the least amount of promise, in my opinion. Blue Jays want Ohtani bad to count the Yankees and Soto. Bet on the Jays over the Dodgers. Man, the Dodgers cleared out their payroll for that guy. I think the Dodgers want him, man. But yeah, we'll see. More pressure since we gave up all those pitching arms to replace him. Even then, you get Montas and you're like, hey guys, our rotation has Frankie Montas. I'd be like, sure. I'd be like, cool, that works for me, man. That works for me. Do you think the Yankees getting rid of so many pitchers is a bad idea for 1 year for Juan Soto? No. It's Juan Soto. It's way too early, but what do you think? On what? Let me know what you think. Pressure. Yeah, no, I saw that part. Thank you for putting out Celtics propaganda for me, Ryan. They're the best team in basketball. That's just what they are. Bring in Machete. He had that cold chemistry. No shot. Let him go to the Red Sox. Peraza for Yuri Perez. The Marlins would never make that trade. It's way too early, but who do you think is the World Series favorite this year? The Braves. Yeah, it's the Braves. If you missed out on Yamamoto and Imanaga, I think Imanaga would be the modern Jimmy Key for us. I'd feel good with either of them. I would feel better with Yamamoto, but I would love Imanaga. Thoughts on Carlos Rodon? I think Carlos Rodon is going to bounce back. I think you could see, 140 innings of good production, and that's where I'm going to put him at. Yankees will eventually poach Young from the Cards coaching department, and Cole want to pitch to him, even if he's the most washed hitter of all time. Just have a designated hitter for a fielder. Like, have a guy to hit for Molina. Just like let Wells come off the bench and hit for Molina. That'd be so funny. Stormcloud goes, sorry if I sound like a broken record with that. I just feel damn good about this offseason. I do too. Though it all hinges on whether Soto actually becomes a Yankee. So, yeah. What do you think happens with Glaber? Michael Lamaro asks. I feel like everybody expects him to be moved for an impact player, but all these moves have made with him still being held on to. I think he sticks through the year. I think they really want him to be at least their second baseman. He's going to stick through the year. Do you think Boone is saying Stanton will be good this year better, or do you think he will suck? I can't say he's going to be good, and I can't say he's going to be bad. So I'm going to sit here and say that he's the biggest question mark on the Yankees and their biggest X factor. Padres are holding things up with medicals. Everyone you got is not injured. Padres now give us Soto and Grisham thanks. Padres emptying the farm system for 1 year of Juan Soto. Like, yikes. I'm going to dispel this narrative now. The Yankees are trading one player in their Baseball America top 5. That player isn't even in their top 3. It's number 4 ranked prospect in the organization, Drew Thorpe. Randy Vasquez and Johnny Brito are not prospects. Kalagashioka is not a prospect. Michael King is not a prospect. Gutting their farm system would have been Spencer Jones is gone. Will Warren is gone. Drew Thorpe is gone. Chase Hampton's gone. Those guys are still here. The Yankees have their 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. All of those guys are still in the organization. And some of their best prospects are in the lower level of the minors who are still going to get better. Guys like, Roddy Arias really broke out this year. Do we see a breakout year from Brando Maea? Do we see a breakout year from some guys like Kiner Delgado? Whatever it may be. Henry LaLane could be a top 3 prospect in the organization. I think the doom and gloom for this idea that the Yankees traded their entire farm is truly crazy. And if the Yankees finalize a deal, which I think is a matter of when, I will 100% be putting a tweet out about Boone manifesting, I hope. I think if they have Soto and have Verdugo, I would trade Stan at the deadline this year. I would do it, but there's nobody to trade Stan for because nobody wants Giancarlo Stanton. Is there any updates? I reached my limit. No. From Twitter, there's nothing left. What's the timeline for a Soto deal? No clue. Should be hopefully today or tomorrow, but I don't know. That's a guess. I think too many people are sleeping on Imanaga because he's 30. He was an ace and Bauer's number 2 in Yokohama. Look at his strikeout percentage versus walk percentage. It's insane. He had the best stuff plus in the World Baseball Classic. I'm sorry. I don't care what anybody tells me. But the New York Yankees, not the New York Yankees, all of baseball should be focused in on Shota Imanaga, and I think he's going to be really good. Casuals didn't check the Fangraphs rankings. Yeah, look, Fangraphs has Chase Hampton as their number 30th prospect. So clearly they're correct. Soto, you a New York Yankee, I hope. 5:46 in San Diego this afternoon over there. They're in Nashville. So yeah, they're in Nashville. Delgado actually entered the top 30 for the Yankees after Sauer got claimed the Rule 5 draft. Also, I don't see it with Spencer Jones. He struggled after his promotion this year. The jump from from high A to double A it's hard, man. And he still ended up with a 104 WRC plus. I'm fine with what he did this year. He does have to improve on some things, most notably the swing decisions, but I do believe that, he is a good prospect. It's just a matter of, getting to the point where the game-to-game tools are refined. The thing I really like is that the glove is excellent. So the floor is really high here. His skill set is not reliant just on his bat. His skill set is reliant on a lot of different things that he does really well. Excellent base stealer, excellent defender at a premier position. Wow, that's embarrassing. But anyways, excellent defensive player at a premier position. Excellent base runner. This is the type of guy that has a high floor because of the other stuff that goes around his offense. And I think it's possible he's a very Adam Duvall type player. Gives you a 500 slugging percentage, hits about 250, gets on base a 300 clip. I think that's the type of player you can definitely end up being in his career. And I think that's a fine outcome as long as the glove in center field and the speed is really good because he's a power left-handed hitter, and the Yankees definitely need more of those. Is it possible Stanton gets a DFA if he struggles again? Love the person, but his production over the last 2 years has been abysmal. Yeah, I think he gets a DFA if it doesn't look good this year. I think he gets a DFA if Dominguez is ready, and he's not. Damn, bro, you're really good with chat. I would say I'm a really good talker because I talk a lot, and that's what I do. I've been known as a yapper in my family for a good amount of time. And again, if you guys are still here, make sure you guys subscribe, do all that stuff if you guys have not done so already. We actually just hit 2,000 subscribers on our Fireside Yankees, not subscribers, followers on our Fireside Yankees Twitter page. So I want to really thank you guys for that. But yeah, so let me just put still going. Just gonna remind people that I'm still going. Are the Padres still eating dinner? Probably. No, I don't know. I don't think the medical team is there. AJ Prowler is smiling and grinning at the dinner table that the deal isn't done. Yeah, no, I'm so mad about this delay. Let's see. ESPN trolling by posting a notification about Sergio Brown while Soto watch is going on. Dude, I just want stuff to happen, man. Just want stuff to happen. Ryan going to go in the Yapaholics Anonymous after this. He thinks, I'm a great talker. You want a yapper? I'm that guy. How long do the Padres need to look around at medicals? Maybe something's wrong. They call a deal off. Somebody's hurt. They have to take as long as it takes. It's 5 players. 4 of them are pitchers. No match for John Morosi level yapping. Dude, he's a special waffler. Let's see. Feel like this Soto deal would be a bust. We're all giving... Look, man. We're fine pitching depth. We'll find pitching depth. We'll figure it out. Don't worry. Do not worry, Andrew. Thoughts on Eric Fetty going to the White Sox for only $7.5 million? I know he dominated in KBO, but not in MLB. I think it's a good flyer to take if you're the White Sox. He pitches a lot of innings. That's valuable. And I think he'll be a good back-end rotation guy for that pitching staff. And do you think it'll be done tonight? Also, what's the Yankees win-loss for the season? Your guess. I don't know if it gets finalized tonight. I'm hoping so. But, the Yankees' projected win rate, according to Fangraphs, I believe is 87 wins. Let me double check. Projected standings. If it's 537, it's 531. We do the multiplication again with 531 involved. 86 wins. The Yankees are projected for 86 wins on Fangraphs. That's the tied for the 5th best record with the Phillies. They're only separated by 0.6 wins from the Blue Jays. They're separated by about 3 wins from the Rays, and they're separated by. Let me just type in. Yeah, they're separated by 4 wins. By 5 wins from the Astros. By 4 wins from the Rays. And then the Braves, it's a massive gap. They're separated by 9 wins. So the Braves are the clear-cut best team. If you were to do tiers for these teams, you would go Braves tier 1, probably do Astros, Rays. I would throw the Phillies in there, even though their projected record isn't great, because I just think they're that good. I would also throw the Dodgers in there. I know their pitching staff's kind of in shambles, but I believe in them to get to that point. I would throw that collection of teams in tier 2. And then tier 3, I would go Blue Jays, Yankees, Twins, Orioles, or I guess Orioles you could put in tier 2. That's kind of where it's at. I think the Yankees are right now, as currently constructed without Juan Soto, a wild card 3 type team. If they get Juan Soto, I think they're a 90 win, 92, 93, maybe even 94, 95 win team. I think they get that much better because Juan Soto is that good. But that's my opinion on it. I think they go from, wild card contenders to division contenders if they get Juan Soto. Soto's agent never does an extension. He lets his players sit free agency. They have done extensions in the past, but yes, historically speaking, Scott Boras clients do not do extensions. But with that being said, I personally think that, I personally think that we're in a spot where, we should be cautiously optimistic that the Yankees could end up paying him. So yeah, that's where I'm at on this. I watched, let's see. I watched a video of his sweeper highlight. His highlight sweeper is insane. Yeah, Eric Fetty's sweeper highlights are insane. Should be really excited if you're a White Sox fan about just getting a flyer player. Thoughts on Dennis Santana for the Yankees? So Dennis Santana, I need to pull up the exact stuff plus numbers. I'm going to sneeze at some point. I've been fighting a sneeze. I've been fighting a sneeze for a good 5 minutes. We're going to pull up Dennis Santana. I actually really like their acquisition of Kervin. Gosh darn it, it's not Cortez. It's Kervin Gomez, I believe. I'll double check. Kervin Castro. Why did I get Gomez? Castro. I like what he brings to the table. But anyways, looking at Dennis Santana. Dennis Santana has a 112 stuff plus slider, a 95 stuff plus sinker, a 110 stuff plus 4-seam fastball, and a 70 stuff plus changeup. That overall gives you a 100 stuff plus flat, 28.7% whip percentage, 35% chase percentage. So the swings and misses, the ability to get chases, those are all things that you guys should be excited about. But the quality of contact is an issue. 423 ex-Wobegon, that's really bad. Personally, I think you could benefit from maybe platooning his pitches a little bit. And if you guys are not aware as to what pitch platooning is basically the ability to, throw pitches that do well in certain circumstances. Like, for example, you have like sinkers do well against righties, sliders do well against righties from righties, changeups from righties do well against lefties, changeups for four-seam fastballs, or at least good ones from righties, do well against lefties. He seems to platoon those pitches well. Perhaps that's something he works on with the Yankees, or perhaps it's a matter of command or whatever it may be. But the stuff on the surface looks good. Like the velocity is good, mid-90s fastball, plenty of arm side run. The release height is a lower release height, so I do like that for his four-seam fastball. He seems to actually have reverse splits. His changeup is damn good, and his four-seam fastball plays up like it's surprisingly good. You would be surprised as to how good his four-seam fastball is, and I'm imagining that lower release height has something to do with it. I'm gonna take a kind of a visual look at it, but yeah, I'm actually kind of excited looking at some of the stuff I've seen here about his pitch mix as a whole. And yeah. Sent me an article with his toes as we speak. I'm not. Do not let Brendan Q be aware of that. But neither can confirm or deny. When I'm in a Yankee yapping competition with John Haben, John Morosi, and Ryan Garcia, yeah, Sam, I'll come out on top. I'm the best to ever do it. I'm the greatest of all time. And I've never lost. So, that's how I feel about the situation. What y'all? That's what happens to Esteban Florial. Go out and sign Yamamoto and Hader. Not Hader, but yeah, Yamamoto. Do you think Rodrigo crushes the Red Sox this year as a Yankee? I freaking hope so. That'd be so funny. That would be awesome. Lol. If it happens, yeah, like getting Josh Hader would rock. I just don't want to pay for Josh Hader. So that's where I'm at. Michael King's elbow is a big red flag. Not according to anybody yet. So do you think there's a chance the Yankees can extend Soto if they just throw so much money at him? If they throw $500 million their way, they're gonna think about it. Right? They're gonna think about it. They're gonna think about it. I feel like Verdugo's gonna be really big this year. I think he'll be like a 1. I think it'll be exactly what his projections are. I think a 108 WRC plus is good. I think that's what you're hoping for. Ryan, break down the Yankees Montgomery reunion. They have not reunited, but I will say this. Jordan Montgomery is probably going to get more money than he should. I'm a little bit worried about giving him that kind of money, but he's durable. He pitched the second most regular and postseason innings combined in baseball this past season. He's pitched in New York before. He clearly is a good pitcher. I'm just a little bit worried that, hey, maybe he's not, 3 point, whatever it was his ERA this past season. Yeah, I don't know if he's 3.20 ERA good or is he 3.9 ERA good? This is his first season with an ERA minus below 90. So, how good is he going to be next year? That's the question I have. How have you talked about who he lost in the Rule 5 draft? Briefly, not extensively. Mitch Spence, solid arm, good flyer to take for Oakland. We weren't going to roster him. Carson Coleman, we interviewed him. Good, really good stuff. Just injuries. He had an injury, and so Texas scooped him up. Good scoop up for Texas. I wish the best for him. He was really gracious to coming on the pod with us. So, I hope the best for him. Matt Sawyer, really good stuff. Just command and injuries. Goes to the Royals. I think he'll stick. I think all three of those guys will stick. Some of the minor league guys, I don't think all of them are going to stick. Mickey Gasper, he's older. Don't think he's going to stick. I don't know what the other guys are going to do, really. A lot of it's lower level guys who weren't really going to get much traction in the organization. And I wish them all the best. I have no ill will against them. I wish every single one of them the best in their future career endeavors. Just sort of following y'all, but I like the coverage. Do you think we signed Soto to a long-term contract? What's your opinion on Soto? Steinbrenner officially willing to spend money? I think that we can sign Soto to a long-term deal, but I don't think Soto is going to take it. I think Soto is going to hit the free agent market. I would say that's a 95% chance he hits the free agent market. And then my opinion on Steinbrenner being willing to spend money is that I am so happy because that the Yamamoto offseason happening would be special. It would be downright special. But again, we shall wait and see. But with that being said, yeah, I'm just kind of waiting, man. Just waiting. I don't know what's going on with these updates. I'm also going to go turn off my heater, so it's going to be set. I can't. I'm going to just go turn off my heater. I'm going to go turn off my heater for 2 seconds. It's burning hot in here. I'll be back. Turning off this heater. Just going to. Yeah, I'm turning off my heater. It is burning hot in here. Oh my gosh. I got a heater on because it was freezing cold. Anyways, in pajamas again, because pajamas is all I'm going to wear ever. I'm only going to wear pajamas. Let's see. What color are these? Yeah, wearing pajamas. Good, comfortable pajamas. And Roger, we're not sleeping tonight. No sleeping's happening tonight. Samsara trucking goes. According to MLB rumors, Yankees are interested in Robert Stevenson. I would love that because I think he's really good. I don't think they're going to get him, but I would be sick. Like, Robert Stevenson is damn good. Robert Stevenson's slider he's damn good, guys. That's what I'll say about him. Ryan, who do we pivot to if Yamamoto goes elsewhere? Montgomery, maybe? Imanaga? I don't know if they're interested in Erod, and I think he's going to sign before we even get a chance to go pivot to him. I would love Mitch Keller. God, please give me Mitch Keller. That would be so special. I love Mitch Keller because he pitches a ton and he has good stuff. No, we do not sleep tonight. You're stronger than me. I'm ready to drop. I hate myself. So, yeah. Off topic, but who do you think will have the first overall pick in NFL? The Patriots. God hates us all, so the Patriots. Yeah. I've heard a lot of Erod to the Red Sox. That'd be a good fit. Would be a really good fit. Reliable lefty. I would love Erod. Solid pitcher. Nothing wrong with him. Good get if you're the Red Sox. If you get him and Lugo, you got to feel good about things. But yeah, gonna probably get a Red Bull at some point after this. Like, I know there's Hot Stove at 10, so I was figuring probably end this now that we're 2 hours in and we haven't really got anything. Probably not gonna get anything. And then if anything happens with the Hot Stove, I will resume this stream. I will come right back on here and I'll make things. We'll get active again. So I appreciate you guys stopping by. I'd also like to go talk to my family. So all that stuff. Appreciate you guys all stopping by. If you haven't already, like, comment, and subscribe. You guys can check us out on Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, and of course this YouTube page. My personal Twitter account is at Ryan Garcia ESM. And with all of that being said, thank you guys so much. We'll see you guys in a bit, hopefully, because if there's some stuff that drops, I will be right back. Alrighty then. I'll see you. Good night, everybody. For now.